Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. I hear him chat to the noise. Move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the walking. Just too sharp with the prize. White girls better tell me I'm awesome. Yeah, hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch my please use caution. Cold like 0 degrees. I'm out the cage, gotta let out the beast. Revolutionary, gotta let out the streets. Locked in a cage, I'ma let out the sheets. You can't go on, man, forget my peace. You take the west side, take on the east. I'ma put them in the cage, never let out the. I hear him chat to the noise. Move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys. Not so tough, but man's keep walking, yeah. Just too sharp with the prize. White girls, better tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch my please use caution. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that.
Gotta tell you, I hope that someone today winds up posting a picture of their kids at first day of school. Because it'd be a shame if the whole day went by today and I didn't see any of those. So hopefully someone posts a pic of their kids at school for the first day today, Greg.
Okay.
Did you not want those?
I mean, everywhere I look on social media now, first day this, who cares?
It's a big deal.
I don't, if we're doing big deal, not a big deal, it's not a big deal. I don't understand, Greg. If you want to show, the response is going to be, we want people to see our kids. We want them to see. Then send them the picture. Send them the picture. Why does it have to go on Facebook for everyone to see? I don't get it.
I don't mind it when the kids are really small. It's, kindergarten through 4th grade or whatever. I think it's wonderful, mainly because I have a granddaughter who's that age.
Where's the line?
I think the line is if it's your first day in college, I'm not.
That's the line? What about 4th grade? I'm with you on this. Let's find the line. 4th grade, stop posting. You get till 3rd grade.
Yeah, I would say 3rd, 4th, maybe 5th.
No, I have a counter to that.
So you're just okay with it, it seems.
Yeah.
Zaz, go ahead and pick up your phone. I sent you a photo of my niece. Her name's Ariella Willis, and she is starting her first day of senior year.
I was going to say that this is an adult.
Isn't that a big deal? First day of senior year?
No. Okay, hold on a second. Let me backtrack. Is that picture, that's beautiful that you were clearly sent that picture. Is that picture being thrown on social media today?
Well, they sort of gave a dry run and throw it on the group chat. And I think when they do that is when they're testing me. It's like, hey, you should put that on your social. And, of course, I'm not going to do that. I'd be a crazy person. But if they were to do it, great. I have no issue with it.
But, Zaz, this morning I had to leave before my daughter went to school. So I haven't seen what she looks like this morning. I really want to see it.
Okay, but the way that you're going to see your daughter can't possibly be, let me check my wife's Facebook account.
Why?
I would hope that your wife is sending, a picture, right? The way that you're staying dialed in. I mean, Greg, you're the grandfather.
Right.
Do you have to check social media to get the picture of your granddaughter going to school? Is it being sent to you?
No, I might have to check social media to see that.
Well, what's going on in the Cody household then? Can somebody send the grandfather a picture?
I just noticed my wife posted it 23 minutes ago and never texted me.
There you go. So I want to see that photo.
I just saw it on her Instagram.
What is that?
See?
Well, how do you feel about the sign that says their name,
their
teacher's name, what grade we're going into?
Right.
So adorable.
Oh, you like that?
Oh, yeah.
He likes it for my daughter.
I do, yeah.
What about on the last day? You have the side-by-sides, first day of 3rd grade, last day of 3rd grade.
Great.
And then you compare, look how much they've grown. You like that one too?
Yeah, not so much.
Can I tell you, I get agita on the first day of school. Look, I'm in my 40s, all right? It's been a long time since I've been in school. Thank God. I hated school. I get agita when I see the photos. You get anxiety. You get nervous, Read a book, man.
Was that Yiddish?
Agita.
I get nervous when I see the pictures. I remember, what the first day of school. First day of school is the ultimate thing you're excited about. And then once you get there, you realize this shit sucks. Right? Like NFL preseason's like that. We were all excited going into the Dolphin game yesterday. Oh, this is exciting. We got Dolphins preseason. And then once Zach Wilson ends his game, this shit sucks. First day of school was like that, too.
Quick update. I ended up putting it on my story. My niece's first day of school. I tagged you in it, Zaz. So make sure you see it. And if anybody else sees it, just make sure to repost it so that Zazla sees it every single time it gets
Can
an
people
alert.
tell when you're tagged like something like that on Facebook? Can they tell when you click on the feature untag? Because that's always an issue, like when you're in a thread, on text messages, and it's a bunch of people in the group. But Greg, you don't want to be in this group. You don't
want to
need
collaborate
these updates.
with me, right?
So you want to leave the conversation.
Sure.
There's a button you can click leave the conversation, but they expose you where it then says Zaslow has left the conversation, and that's that's insulting. It's like, oh, I'm too good for your conversation. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever done that?
You left.
Right, I know. I'm good with leaving,
Right.
but I don't want to insult other people.
I don't join or leave conversations. I don't want any of that. I'm not in group chats. Golf group chat. I heard somebody talking about earlier today. I don't do that.
Popping yesterday.
You are in a group chat. You're in the fantasy league group chat.
Okay, I'm in that. But I'm in that for informative purposes, not to small talk and make jokes and tease and shout out to other people, chirp at other people. I'm in it to find out when is the draft? Okay, when's my draft? And I should know because I'm hosting it. Finally, we decided on a draft date. After everybody's going back and forth, it was like the Middle East peace talks. We couldn't arrive at agree on a draft date. Ridiculous. Where was I?
You do it in person or online, your draft?
In person.
Yeah.
First day of school. somehow
Really?
is what
You
it
can
is.
still get a crew together in person?
Yeah,
for
it's
fantasy
hard.
football?
Yeah, some
Very
of them because we're multi-states, right? We have people.
Few
all
people
over.
on Zoom, but even the 9 people local, it's tough.
Wow.
It is tough.
All
Yeah.
And you have the big board with the stickers and all that?
Yeah, we do, right?
All right.
Yeah.
Do you not know?
I don't run. I'm not the commissioner of that league. I'm the commissioner of PFPI Fantasy, of course.
When's that?
That's August 28th. Thank you,
wow.
Billy, for asking.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Your glasses are a little bit fogged up, Greg.
I know,
you all right?
yeah,
Do you want
I'm
to take a
okay.
moment and can you see me okay?
I can see you. Yeah.
All right, because his glasses are fogged. It's
That
still-
happens
What is it about
in there
that
a lot.
chair?
When he
that
talks
you're
too
obsessed
much,
with that?
when he has to talk too much, he feels the pressure and starts to sweat.
Is that it? Yeah. Okay.
So Dolphins yesterday. Dolphins preseason ends in a tie.
Big
Are
game,
you-
not a big game.
Dolphins, Bears. First preseason game, not a big game. That's not a big game. I'm sorry, it's not a big game. I found myself sitting on the couch yesterday, and obviously, I want to watch Tua. I want to see how the game starts. And-
Tag Ovalia.
that's right. And by the way, everyone in that fitness commission, none of them knew that they were in
know.
it. How is that even
It's
possible?
hilarious.
They had no idea they were even in it. You know what it reminds
Seems
me
very
of?
possible.
Well, no, you know what it reminds me of? Remember when Stephen Ross, after the Jonathan Martin bully gate, Stephen Ross put together a commission,
Yeah. Whatever happened
Yeah.
to that commission?
But none of the
Update
guys who
coming,
were in it knew they were going to be in it.
Like Curtis Martin was in it.
Yeah,
Jason Taylor was in it.
We asked Curtis Martin, I think, what was that meeting like? He's like, we met once. I think Tony Dungy was also in it. We were pretty obsessed with that commission to find out what they were actually doing. He said we met on the phone once.
Do you think they've made any progress, since then?
It hasn't happened since.
Yeah,
No,
they
all right.
agreed no bullying. Bullying not good, and then the commission was dissolved because
They
they,
fixed
did all
it.
their
They
work.
said no
Right.
bullying. The guy that was bullied out of the league. Everyone else, you're good. Stay in the league.
All right, sounds like it worked then. All right,
Yeah.
maybe this will work as well. This fitness council that nobody knows that they're in. Anyway,
I have 3 observations from the game because
Yeah.
I was surprised. I was flipping through the TV and I was surprised that it was on, and I was even more surprised to see Tua playing. This is a big deal. Everyone assumed that he was not going to play. I know it's just a drive, but Caleb Williams didn't play. Tua, famously, always hurt. Shocking to me that he would play in a meaningless preseason game.
well, it's a weird thing now, right? Because when there were 4 preseason games, and look, there used to be 6, all right? But when there were 4 preseason games, we all
That's crazy.
Crazy, right? 6
Six of them?
preseason games? There are 4 preseason games. We all knew. All right, the first preseason game, no starters play. The second one, starters are going to play a bit. The third one, starters are going to play a lot.
That's a dress rehearsal.
and then
Zaz.
in the fourth one, just trying to win a job. All right, you don't want to be playing in that fourth game.
Don't get hurt was
right.
always the fourth game.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, it's like every team just has their own rule because there's only 3 preseason games. Some teams don't play Caleb Williams. Some teams play Joe Burrow. Some teams play Tua Tagovailoa. There's no real reason for it anymore. So I wasn't surprised that Tua played. The only part that maybe surprised me a little bit was when the game starts. Like, yeah, starting left tackle, starting right tackle, they're not playing today. But Tua is. Like, oh, all right. That's interesting.
Well, Tua did play one series last year in the first game, so it wasn't a big shock that he played. I thought he would play one or two series. I said to my wife at the end of that game, as much as I want to make fun of preseason games and how meaningless they are, that was a pretty entertaining game, I thought. Like, as preseason openers go, I thought that was entertaining. And not just because it went back and forth and was close, but I thought the quality of play other than Quinn Ewers. That's hilarious, by the way. Quinn Ewers has been raved about, the third-string quarterback out of Texas. He's been raved about as being one of the stars of training camp. And he gets in the first game with fairly extended playing time, and he takes a big dump all over the field.
Well, hold on a second. Quinn Ewers started his first 2 drives at like the 5-yard line and like the 3-yard line, respectively. And he hit a bunch of people who were just dropping passes. He wasn't terrible.
He lost 2 fumbles.
Yeah, he did fumble the ball on the 3-yard line, which is really bad.
He was sacked like 4 times. I mean, get rid of the ball. I'm just saying that after having what was seen as a really good training camp, he literally and figuratively left the ball on the ground.
But Zach Wilson didn't look good either.
Oh, Zach Wilson looked terrible.
He bounced passes that had Tua done that.
I know what a good quarterback looks like. That is not a good quarterback.
Here are the stats for Quinn Ewers. He closed with 4 of 16, 63 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 2 sacks, 2 lost fumbles. 4 of 16 is pretty bad.
Yeah.
There were a lot of drop passes, and he was throwing in tight windows. I'm not a Quinn Ewers, apologist.
It feels like you're like leading
I'm
the
just
charge.
saying,
You're a stand over here.
I was watching, and I was seeing, like, this isn't going great for Quinn Ewers, but a lot of this was not completely his fault.
I would say the positive I took away, although it was against a guy named Bajent, the starting
You know who that is. He played games.
I'm just
Bajent
saying,
started
he still
in this
deserves
league.
that qualifier.
He was their backup quarterback last
He
year.
deserves that qualifier.
CrossFit guy.
Case Keenum was lighting things up yesterday, huh? No one watched.
Ethan
Never
Bonner,
mind.
Storm Duck, the starting secondary looked solid. The starting defense, while against Bajent, looked fine. That was a positive, I'd say.
I mean, everyone keeps telling me I'm not going to sit here like I've been going to training camp, all right? I'm some type of analyst for PFF. That's Pro Football
You look
Focus.
like one.
Well, it's just the confidence manages to make
Got a
it.
little Mel Kiper in you today.
Yeah, thank you. Everyone tells me this Dolphins secondary is going to be horrendous.
Of course.
I mean, Minka, we know Minka's good, all right? But everyone else says this Dolphins secondary is going to be terrible. I'm not judging it by yesterday. No Caleb Williams. You didn't see any of their other starting receivers out there. And you know what? I'm going to defend Quinn Ewers for a second here. It's the first ever professional football reps that he's gotten in an actual game. He's out there with third stringers. Like, he's out there with third stringers to throw to, third stringers blocking for him. Can we get...
Also third stringers against him, though.
That's true, all right, but it's third stringers at the NFL level, all right? They still know how to run, rush a passer. They still know how to try and tackle, all right? I'm not going to get too hard on Quinn Ewers right now. Zach Wilson, I would tell you, he looked terrible. That's, I mean, I'd much rather this one. I know it's one game in. I'd rather see Quinn Ewers as the backup at this point.
The problem with the Dolphins is they have a injury-prone starting quarterback. You never know what the next concussion is always 1 sack away, and they've never had a quality backup. This is the team
Scott Mitchell
that needs the quality backup. I mean, in Tua's career. Right. Yeah,
I'm confused
Thank
because
you for mentioning
Fitzpatrick was good enough.
his rating was the best of the 3 quarterbacks at 92.8, and Tua's was 85.4. What did Zach do wrong? Was it the 4 sacks that he took?
Well, number one, he threw that one duck out, which should have been a pick six. All right.
Yeah, he should have had a pick six. He bounced passes that were like screen passes that he
bounced. Would have been
bounced.
a walk-in touchdown, and he threw it about 6 yards short. All right. He holds onto the football. He's in like what his 4th year in the league at this
wearing
point? Come
zero.
on,
That's crazy.
just
he's
that.
wearing
That's a bad
0.
number. Yeah.
You can't take that serious. Somebody wears 0. You can't have that on your football team.
No, you can't. Not at the quarterback position. That's
hell
for
outta
sure.
here. Give me something to feel good about the Dolphins. Was there something we
I just
saw
tried
yesterday?
and you pooped on it.
Ollie Gordon looked good.
I like that number 82, that punt returner that you got. Good field vision.
Eskridge?
I'll take your word for it, but 82 looked good.
They featured Malik Washington on the opening drive, and he looked good.
And also, at least you don't have the patch that the Chicago Bears have on their uniform. Now, I know it's Stahn, a former owner, and they do that franchise. That thing is massive.
Oh, was that the M?
Yeah. It's for Virginia Hallis McCaskey, and the M takes precedence over the H.
That's
which
bad. Yeah. Abolish uniform accoutrements.
Ooh, I love I love a
You
good
can't do that.
uniform accoutrement.
No,
I
I don't,
love
no.
patches, but this is one of the biggest memorial patches I have ever seen on a uniform. It resembles a football, and it's practically the same size as a football.
What's the best accoutrement?
Yeah, what's the
Ever.
standard for jersey accoutrement?
Does this count?
Stanley Cup final?
The Jordan logo on the Gator uniforms, does that count?
No, that's a sponsor. That's a sponsor.
I'm sorry, I've never
Someone
heard
has to die, Izzy.
accoutrement when it comes to uniforms, so I'm not sure exactly what it means.
Who had the best donation of life for a jersey?
Didn't Bill Russell recently? I mean, it was just the number six,
6.
but everybody knew who it was.
The Lamar Hunt one on the Kansas City Chiefs uniform isn't bad.
They already have one on the side of the Bears jersey for George Hollis.
George Hollis, but that one's subtle. That one's on the sleeve. This is massive.
Jackie Robinson?
It looks like one of the Ray Finkel cookies.
This bothered you though, Greg. You didn't like the
No. I don't believe uniforms should have commercial sponsorship on them. I don't believe they should have an homage to someone who's just passed away. And that includes anybody. Like, even if the owner has passed away, there are myriad other ways to honor that person. Do it at halftime of the home opener. Have a memorial on the field. But to me, a uniform is a little bit sacred. It should be pristine. The only thing on the uniform should be the team logo, maybe your name on the back and your number, as long as it's not 0 for a quarterback.
Coming from the guy who literally put an accoutrement on our show today, promoting his book.
Yeah, well, yesterday was World Lion Day.
Yeah.
Which
like,
is a
big
deal.
You're essentially doing to the show what is done to these uniforms. You're just putting
No.
something
That's
there
a little bit of a leap.
No.
that people might see and like, oh, I'll go buy that.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
It's look at something and acknowledge.
That's a
what
Nike
it is.
swoosh that you've put on our show today.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Only if he put it on his actual shirt.
Thank
That's not a
you.
uniform. There's
Thank
nothing
you.
Look
sacred
at the
about
shot
that
right now.
portion of
It's
the
a little
desk.
thing in the corner. I'm like, what is that?
No.
Oh, I can go buy that.
Yesterday wasn't World Nike Day, okay? It was World Lion
Yes,
Day.
thank
If
you,
it was
Billy.
World Nike Day, you put the swoosh on the jerseys. That makes sense.
Right. World Lion Day. Don't take that lightly.
Not to be confused with World Lions Day, an entirely different celebration that I could tell you all about.
Well, what is that?
Oh, yeah, you're not asking about it. If there was a World Lions Day, I would be the one to tell you about it because I am Honolulu Izzy, the Detroit Lions expert.
Wow.
You had quite the first assignment there, a suspended game.
It was interesting because I don't know if you noticed my shirt, by the way, solid Honolulu blue.
It's
this
beautiful.
is going through stages, my transformation into
Beautiful.
Honolulu Izzy. And so the first game, man, was that stressful. Here we're all trying to figure out, who's the backup quarterback going to be? Is it going to be Kyle Allen? We don't know. And then all of a sudden, you get a running back, Maurice Norris, on the field, just passed out. And everybody, it's scary in a preseason game where we got the prayer circles. Earlier in the game, by the
I feel
way.
like this happened too much this week.
Well,
Dol-
you could have
Dolphins
known.
had one of those,
The
yeah.
Dolphins. Sorry. The Lions should have known that it was going to be a bad day in injury when they had an offensive lineman get hurt basically for the season during warm-ups. Okay, and so in the beginning of the fourth quarter, when Norris went down and got sent to a hospital, both teams, the Atlanta Falcons and the Lions, they snapped the ball one more time but didn't actually do anything and let's let the clock go out. So the NFL said, hey, okay, this game's over. Quite the gesture. Very next day, he's fine. Don't stress it. No worries. So everybody's good. We can go back to thinking about the backup quarterback situation. And just so you know, it's Kyle Allen by a long shot right now. He's way ahead of the third stringer whose name I do not remember. Oh, Hendon Hooker.
So they snapped the ball once the player left the field after being down for a long time. The ambulance came out. They took him off the field. The players, I guess, didn't want to play anymore, right? And they snapped the football with like 14 some odd minutes left in the fourth, and they all just stood there and prayed while the clock was running because no one was touching the football, right?
That is correct. That's what happened. And you know what? That's probably what they should have done in the Buffalo game during the season where a player actually lost a life.
Wasn't that the first quarter, though? That's a lot of time to just sit there.
Just cancel the game. Somebody died on the field.
So the Dolphins yesterday, I think what grabbed our attention the most, right, was the very first drive of the game. Two was marching them down the field. It's like a 10-plus minute drive. They converted a fourth down. They converted one or two third downs as well. And they get to the line of they get to the 1 yard line, and they run the ball 4 times. And the reaction that I saw, people were angry. They're running the ball 4 straight times.
Did they get in?
No, they got stopped. Yeah, the drive stalled on the 1 yard line. They did not get in. And isn't the whole point in preseason, look, we're not good at this thing. We're not good at running the ball short yardage situations. In the regular season, we're not going to do something 4 times that we're not good at, but it's the preseason. We want to work on something. Why was everyone getting all wrapped up in Mike McDaniel's play calling?
Well, you want to work on it in practice so that when you get to the preseason game,
preseason
your ability
is practice.
to get 1 yard is there. Not just 1 time, but 2 times, 3 times, or 4 times. If you are going to do that, you should, or you're going to work on that, you should be able to accomplish that against second stringers in a preseason game. So I'd be pretty annoyed too.
The next drive, they did the exact same thing, and Alexander Madison got in on like 4th down and barely got in. So I guess credit to them for working on it, but it seems like this is not going to be an effective play for them.
I'm more just curious what they're going to do in the regular season. Because what we've seen in the past is Mike McDaniel first down, and then he's going to throw it 3 times. So it's like, if you're working on this to actually, okay, we've improved at it, I'm going to now, in the regular season, I trust my team to do this. I'm skeptical that we're just going to see Mike McDaniel, first down, it fails, I'm going to go to my safety blankets.
Which to me is a sign that it's not working for him. When you are this offensive mastermind, supposedly, you've got, I've got all these different ways to get yardage, but now you've circled back to, I got to get that 1 yard, I got to do it the tough way, and I'm just going to keep doing it that same way over and over again. Otherwise, we're just not going to get it done. That just means you're out of ideas, and we're going to go the old tough route when the Dolphins, historically, not very tough.
Well, the frustration to me is that in Devon Achane, they have one of the fastest running backs in the entire league.
And they were running the ball really well with him that drive.
And my point is, instead of running right up the middle, battering your head into a wall, how about you pitch the ball to Achane? How about you run wide? How about you take advantage of his speed at least once in 4 downs?
That doesn't really work on the goal line, right?
I don't think he was in for any of those goal line plays, right?
No, he wasn't, but maybe he should have been.
Well, Tyreek Hill already told us he shouldn't be in there in those short-yarded situations because he's small.
Well,
I literally did that all last year. Achane was like terrible in short yardage.
I think the concern yesterday was you just realized, like, running backs are not very big. Like, they're not going to bully and run anyone over right now.
In combination with bad play calling, it's just never good. When you said the 4th down conversion in that first drive, I lit up. I was like, wow, what was the play call on that? Because last year, their play calls on 4th down were terrible.
No, the play call on that 4th down, I think it was a pass over the middle, wasn't it? I think that was one of the 4th down completions there.
It.
But so that stood out, obviously, from yesterday with them not being able to run the ball on the goal line, even though overall on that drive, they actually ran the ball pretty well with Devon Achane. Otherwise, I liked Ollie Gordon. Like, Ollie Gordon was a big-time running back going into last season at Oklahoma State. I mean, he had some off-field stuff, so it took some, like, Heisman consideration attention away from him. But he was a big-time running back in college. I liked what I saw from Ollie Gordon. I hope he winds up making the team. Otherwise, there's not a whole lot to chat about there yesterday with that Dolphin game, unless I'm missing anything.
No, I mean, that's the thing about preseason games now. They're meaningless. They're meaningful for the player who's on the edge of making the team. That's the only thing that matters in the whole world to those players. But to fans, to media, like, why does anybody care? An example I always give, the year the Dolphins went 17-0, the perfect season, they went 2-3 in the preseason. Like, there's no correlation between winning and losing in the preseason and how you're going to do that season.
But did you see that 70-yard field goal, though, Greg?
I did, and it didn't count. How about that?
But it counts if you talk about it.
Well, does it?
It counts if there are points on the board.
I think somebody has kicked a 75-yard field goal in pregame warm-ups, right? Why don't we never talk about that?
That's a good point by Greg. Advantage Greg. I will say that if you listen to people around the league, these coaches tend to value these split squad practices that they have. Like the Dolphins are traveling to Detroit to work out with the Detroit
Yeah, they're
Lions.
on the road for like 11 straight days, right?
Yeah, it's a weird trip.
Did you say the Lions? You should also know that the actual field goal record of 66 yards by Justin Tucker was kicked against the Lions.
Honolulu, Izzy, all over it. But yeah, they value these way more, and they seem to have genuine effort. That's why you're getting all these fights. Those videos should start trickling in on social media.
Did you see that the Dolphins in this joint practice this past Friday, I think it was, this joint practice they had in Chicago with the Bears, that there was a fight. There was a fight among Dolphin players on the field. Like the Dolphins' defense were fighting each other during
Not
the joint.
Bears.
No,
Supposed
the
to fight
Bears.
the other team.
No, they were fighting each other.
And McDaniel broke it up. Right?
Yeah, McDaniel ran onto the field, and he had to break it up.
If
and get
Mike
in the middle of the
McDaniel's
scrum.
breaking it up, it's not a real fight. Let's be real.
I mean, man.
Yeah, that was my thought, to be honest with
I
you.
mean, a little guy like, 5'8",
Yeah.
65 inches, whatever
Come on,
Sampson
guys.
says, running in, massive guys with all the pads. He's not breaking that up.
Yeah.
I did sample a lot of the preseason NFL because there were people that I was interested in seeing.
Because you were bored this weekend.
Well, no, I certainly was not bored this weekend at all, but I tried my best to follow the sport, social media and whatnot. You look for throws. You look for individual highlights. I wasn't able to watch Cam Ward's full game, but I did
He looked
see
good, right?
I saw some highlights, but I think the talk of the NFL in terms of that position rookie was that people were more dialed in to see what Shadur Sanders would do. I got to say, those are NFL throws, my man. Those he looked good.
I'm watching, so it's Friday night. The Browns are on NFL Network, all right? Those are my colleagues now, because I also work ESPN. Those are my coworkers. And the game's on NFL Network, and I have it on the small TV in the Zaslow Mansion. I'm not putting Browns preseason on the big TV, Greg, all right? So I got the Browns preseason game on the small TV in the Zaslow Mansion family room. Yes, because on the big TV, obviously, I'm watching Friday Night SmackDown. And in the middle of the game, my son, my 16-year-old, comes running into him and goes, "Put the Browns game on. Shadur is dealing. I got him plus 6.5." Like a true degenerate gambling on Shadur Sanders and the preseason game. But Mike's right. Like, I'm watching Shadur he played the entire first half. He looked pretty good, Greg.
Yeah. He gets so much attention, whether it's due or undue. I read something that Shadur's mother was dressed inappropriately at the game or something like that.
Really?
Who cares? Who cares about any of that? Prove yourself. He looked pretty good in his first preseason game. Means zero in terms of what kind of a rookie season he's going to have or whether or not he wins the starting job. I think the betting odds are against him winning the starting job.
Well, I think
they may have changed.
Are the betting odds against him winning the starting job because it's like, all right, Joe Flacco is definitely going to start. It doesn't even matter if Shadur were to win the job. Joe Flacco's starting.
One game in, it seems pretty ridiculous he was drafted where he was drafted.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. You're getting the full LeBron James endorsement, which normally not a good thing, at least not in basketball.
Hey, endorse Shabazz Napier. Take it easy.
In basketball, it's not a good thing. In football, it's okay. And my thought on Shadur watching him in college was he did what he thought he could get away with. So sometimes that meant sort of a different type of pass, maybe sitting back there in the pocket a little bit too much. But when he needed to, he had the NFL throws. So if he can eliminate the silly stuff and just not play overconfident football and just make those NFL throws, I think he's always had it.
Oh, I think I read on social media that he had an I didn't know that it was caught on video that he had an altercation with Tony Grossi.
Yeah. So all right. So Shadur had a really good first preseason start. Like no one can say otherwise. He had a really good start. And so after the game, Tony Grossi, who is a whatever man. Yeah,
Well, you're about to say he's a legendary Cleveland Browns beat writer.
No, you don't put words in my mouth. He's a long time, not legendary.
Ooh.
Long time.
He's both.
That's cold, man.
He's both.
Felt like a shot at my dad.
Whatever, man. I don't know.
He's the Greg
Maybe it's
Cody
being
of-
respectful to your dad. Maybe not everybody gets to be called legendary.
He's a Greg Cody of Browns beatdom.
Another
Him
insult.
Him and Mary Kay Cabot have been around covering that team since they were the old Browns.
Okay, so Tony Grossi, everything that Mike just said, is after the game. I don't know if did you see this, Greg? Do you know what we're going to play here?
I saw it after the fact.
Okay,
Yeah.
So Shadur.
Well, none of us saw it live.
Okay. I didn't
Okay,
know that. What
well,
do I
yeah,
know?
because we weren't there. So Shadur, who had a really good game, listen or watch this. He confronts Tony Grossi in the hall after the game.
I be hoping you got something positive to say about me. You only say negative stuff about me. And I'm like, I ain't do nothing to you. No. I ain't seen nothing positive that you ever say. I think something positive every day. But I'm saying, come on, Tony. What I do?
It's hard to hear what Tony's saying, but you can clearly hear Shadur like, dude, say something nice about me.
that was actually
on that Tony Grossi.
That was actually pretty pleasant for that type of exchange, but it's also days after Deion Sanders says Shadur doesn't pay attention to any of the press clippings.
Maybe wait till week 1 of the regular season to do that. That's my only
Well,
thing
so
there.
that's the obvious counter is, okay, you just played a half of preseason football. likely against other guys who may not even make the league, and you're a 5th-round pick, maybe we're not confronting reporters after a half of football.
To
in
me,
the
after
preseason.
watching that clip, I don't think it's something where he sought him out. It felt like he saw him and he was like, oh, yeah, this guy doesn't have a whole lot of good things to say about me, and then had that confrontation, which was pretty lighthearted. I think it was totally fine. I'm on board with Sanders doing that.
Totally play on for me. That's as cute as one of those can go, honestly.
It's great publicity for Tony Grossi, quite frankly. And for Shadur, my reaction is you're a rookie in the NFL. You have a lot on your plate. Why are you worried about what somebody is writing about?
Remember, he doesn't. We've been told he doesn't actually worry about that.
Oh, yeah, okay.
None of the players ever pay attention. Anything written or said, they never do.
Has anything like that happened to you, Greg? Because we said Tony Grossi's basically the Greg Cody of the Browns beat. I'm wondering if...
I don't think that's true, though, because Cody has Cody's, at least what I think, his reputation is I think is someone who's very pleasant, while Tony Grossi, I'm pretty sure his reputation is someone who's super negative.
He's more... he covers the Browns.
Right.
You would be, too. Not a lot of great stuff has happened there. Like, there's not a lot of times that Tony Grossi's on the wrong side of this. You know what I mean? But they're a little different. Greg loves covering the Dolphins, is synonymous with covering the Dolphins. He's more of a columnist, so he's not around. Tony Grossi is still about that life, day in, day out, Berea, Ohio.
Yeah, that's a big difference. See, I'm rarely at a Dolphins practice or in their locker room.
You're above that.
I like to think so. Except after a game, I'll be in the locker room.
How many Dolphins right now, and I'm just asking, would know who Greg Cody is, you think?
I have no idea. I would like to think.
Does Tua know who you are?
Yeah, I think so.
Greg's not a Dolphins beat reporter, though.
Right.
Does Tyreek Hill know who you are?
I would imagine so. I mean, the better question is, do the Dolphins read the Miami Herald? If the answer is yes, then I would think they know who I am.
They just see the aggregation, social media
in print
clippings,
form.
I would say.
You've got Tyreek, his morning
Tyreek
paper.
walks out to the driveway.
Yeah. Back to the original
bathrobe.
question, though. Have you ever had anything like that?
Occasionally over the years.
Can you share with me and the audience? Because I'm curious to know, if you've ever had testy exchanges with players, so I can know who on my list I can hate to join AJ Burnett, who once called Izzy ugly. I didn't like that one bit.
Who did?
Yeah.
AJ Burnett called Izzy ugly.
What?
I know. Factually incorrect. Izzy's not ugly.
No, it's a good
Were you
looking
ugly
man.
that day, maybe?
I don't think so.
Wow, AJ Burnett. Come on now.
What do you ever do?
I know.
No hitter.
No hitter.
Okay.
Saying all
8 walks though, but yeah.
There've been hundreds of no hitters thrown.
I think he had the most walks in a no hitter.
Might have been 9.
Did he really?
Yeah, at least at the
what an-
time,
what an
his
odd
8-walk no-hitter was the most.
Billy,
I
didn't
believe the headline is effectively wild.
he also knock out a window, a pickup truck that was driving
Yeah.
by?
But he claims he did it on purpose, right?
That was 100% on purpose. It was not even close to the strike zone. It was an in-between innings, Billy the Marlin going around on a truck. He just decided, I'm going to try to break this truck.
Oh, you're going to drive by a truck?
You tried to hit Billy with the ball. Just happened to hit him.
World Series, two-time World Series champion. I know he was hurt for 03, but he did win one with the Yankees.
Well, be careful because Jeff Conine was very quick to point out when I brought up to him last week. Conine was very quick to point out he's the only active player
That was
on
wild.
both World Series
One of the more
teams.
memorable parts of that, where he's just like, Louis, technically not. Doesn't count.
Wow.
I mean, he played that
Because
season.
Louis got a ring,
Right.
but wasn't on the roster.
Louis was
for the World
absolutely on
Series.
both teams. No, I was the only active one. It's just me.
Can we just, if we're going to, I didn't really understand that. I know he's friends with David, and he came in because David wanted him to come in, but he didn't seem to want to be part of any of what we were doing that day, right?
He apparently had a great time. That's what David
I
David
don't
said he
know.
texted
Dry.
him about me afterwards,
Yeah.
about how awesome I was.
He's dry. And also, I heard he came into town with a bit of a reputation of having one of those Adrian Peterson handshakes.
Yeah.
So I gave him the business, and I dominated that. I probably went in too aggressive.
So we're going to try for a third time now.
Yeah.
What is one of those occasions that you were confronted negatively
It's happened.
by a player?
The only one that stands out in my mind was I forget what city it was, but it was a road game many years ago, and Tim Bowens, I think.
That's a tough one to get. I lose that one
That's
right away.
terrifying.
You're right, Mr. Bowen.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Anything else I could do for you?
It's a scary one.
And there was some yelling involved, and
Were you yelling back at him?
I don't recall. No, I don't.
Let's
think
go.
I
Paint
did.
the picture.
No,
Give us the
hope
details.
not. I mean, I don't. This is look when he played for the Dolphins. This is probably in the '90s. I mean,
Greg,
I don't remember details.
I got to tell you, if I get yelled at by Tim Bowens,
Remember every word.
I remember every little detail.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all right. You take it in stride. Let me. Same question. Izzy Gutierrez, you've been on the beat.
I got a couple of them. There's one with a coach that's less exciting, but I'll tell you that one in a second. There was one time now that I think about it where I pissed off Shaquille O'Neal, and we were on the road, or they were on the road at a practice, and during the practice, he mimicked. Where's my camera? He goes, "You, me." Oh no! And he went. Over his leg.
What's he breaking?
He broke a stick, apparently. That was our relationship.
He's
and
breaking
I was
your
like,
back.
what the hell is going on here? And I asked the PR guy about it. He goes, apparently he's not happy with you. And I was like, well, no shit.
The mumbler.
And then the second one was a coach. It was Tyronn Lue. While I had been doing the jump on regular occasion on ESPN, rest in power, the jump. And I said something about LeBron James being the real coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers. And so, which is a joke everybody was doing the entirety of LeBron James's career. I just threw that in there. And, it's lazy on my part. And so one time I was in a hallway doing a Cavs game. It might have been Cavs Warriors. I don't remember. And I see Tyronn Lue flanked by one security guy and one assistant coach walking down the middle of the hallway. And then after he passes me, stops, turns around, comes back, and he goes, you know what? I got something to tell you. He's like, the other day you were on that show and you said that LeBron was the real coach and you got all the chuckles out of it. Ha, ha, ha. He's like, that shit pisses me off. He's like, I hear that all the time, and I actually like you. I respect you, and to hear you say that really bothered me. I was like, you know what, Ty? You're right. I mean, just the fact that you're able to come up and talk to me about this, cool, you're right. Never do it again. My bad.
See, Dad, that's how you give details of a story.
Yeah, but that was how many years ago?
Just make it up.
That
make
was
something
probably
up.
like 6, 7 years ago.
I'm
You
not
know
gonna
what?
ma- I'm not
It
going to make
did
something.
happen.
No, actually, 8, 9 years ago.
Okay,
That's why
it
he was a
didn't come
Cavalier.
to blows. Tim Bowen never threw a punch at me.
What'd you say?
What did I say? It was something I'd written, something derogatory about the defense. I don't remember.
Did he break a stick over his leg and point at you?
No, he did not. Do you remember a conversation you had 25 years ago? I doubt it.
I do remember the memorable ones. If Tim Bowens yelled at me, I'd be like, yeah, that's one that certainly gets filed away.
Aragon, that could be Dwayne Dedman.
Jeremy becomes Jeremy.
Okay, so we got a bear here stumbling around. You see that mirror to the left? He's like, oh, this is weird. There's a lot of weird stuff here. Oh, my God. I just saw myself. Ah! He's like, ah, get out of here. So that's how I imagine a bear would react if they saw Jeremy in the woods.
But that's what they would do to me.
It's really screwed up to do that to a bear, honestly. He's just like not expecting, just like having a nice stroll.
Right.
And just, we'll watch it one more time. This is good fun. Good, clean fun right here.
It really is.
He's just like, oh my God.
And then he's going,
He was definitely
what a good-looking bear.
Definitely scarred from that for a few months.
Who puts a mirror in the woods?
It's weird.
That's my question.
How did it get there?
It was probably for the internet video. They probably did that on purpose.
Yeah, but you're messing with bears. I mean,
It's not right.
leave the bear alone.
Who would do something for the internet visually like that with
Yeah,
a bear?
imagine that.
What are the chances there was a camera right in front of it, too?
Ridiculous.
Jeez. Small world.
Greg, it was interesting. A bunch of people agreed. Now, you had a weekend where the Eagles lost, the Niners lost, so no more undefeated teams. 72 Dolphins could celebrate. But a lot of people saying the Dolphins were the best team in the NFL through 6 weeks. And so I know you're impressed with the offense. Hawk was in here yesterday, Andrew Hawkins, Tomahawk Podcast. He said that Tyreek Hill is the best player, non-quarterback division, in the NFL. And I agree with him. The Dolphins are overwhelming. I'm not certain they're not the best team in the NFL right now, Greg.
I think they are at this minute. They're an underdog in Philadelphia, but only by 2.5 points, which is very interesting. Definitely they have the best offense. I think it's the best offense in Dolphins history. And when I write that, I get a lot of criticism. Too soon. What about this? What about that? Look, the Dolphins won Super Bowls with Larry Zonka because they ran the ball better than anybody and barely passed. They were as exciting as ever and broke NFL records with Dan Marino because they passed the ball like nobody else, but they didn't have a great running game.
Right.
Now they're doing both. They can run the ball like crazy. They lead the league in rushing. Raheem Mostert has 11 touchdowns in 6 games. And Tua is everything they thought he would be when they drafted him number 5 ahead of Herbert. Tua is the favorite in the MVP odds right now.
Should be.
With great reason.
Yep.
And I just think this is the most dynamic, well-balanced, inventive, exciting offense I've ever had.
Can we end the debate between Herbert and Tua?
Yes.
Is it officially over?
Wow.
Yes.
Someone's making a noise. Where's the noise coming from? Nah, Tony's not ready.
Oh,
Yeah.
Can we see Justin Herbert without Brandon Staley? At that point, maybe with a better coach, I'd be intrigued.
We're going to ask that question about Justin Herbert for his whole career, right?
Yes.
We're just going to keep asking, like, oh, but what if he was with a better coach?
Oh, always.
He has the most unbelievable weapons, too.
Just like now, C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young are always going to be compared throughout their career.
But Herbert's been in the league, 4 years? And if Staley gets fired and he gets a new coach, it will be his 3rd coach in 5 years.
No, it's a shame for him. He's a really great quarterback, but I guess it's the way that we're constantly doing.
This episode is presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
So there was a female umpire this weekend.
How about that?
Marlins and Braves. Marlins lost 4 out of 5. That's right. They played 5 games this weekend. Marlins and Braves. They lost 4 out of 5. They're done. They're done with it. Billy, I'm sorry. Marlins.
It's a nice run. Someone out here said, probably accurately, they did their job. Mm-hmm. They got us to football season. The sentence was, they did their job. They got us from the Panthers to the Dolphins. That's a crazy sentence, but that's what they did. They, got us through football season.
Is it still a crazy sentence? The Marlins have been in 3 straight Stanley Cup Finals. I don't know that it's a crazy sentence.
Panthers been in.
Marlins being in 3 would be crazy.
Why would the Marlins ever go to 3 straight Stanley Cup Finals?
I don't know. But had they, it'd be wild.
It's not that crazy a thing to say
They're
anymore.
hosting a hockey game next year.
So
did you see what the internet was having fun with on Saturday? She does her first home plate game. She did I believe Friday she did first base. Saturday, first home plate game, first pitch. You see it being put out. Here it is, the first pitch with a woman behind the plate. It was a ball. She called it a strike.
There you go.
Wasn't even close to the strike.
Which is not an indictment on her.
She was doing Eric Gregg impersonation?
I was going to say,
yes.
This is not an indictment on her. Men have been missing these calls for years, decades.
Hey, it was a good frame job.
It just
good frame job.
it didn't go well because the commentary was like, historic moment. This is a ball that's going to go to Cooperstown, and then it was like a miss, and then like, all the comments were calling her Angela Hernandez.
Question.
That's good. That's good.
But this is not an indictment on her. This is what we should have been celebrating this weekend is the first robot umpire. Okay, where this doesn't happen anymore. But we're about 25 years behind.
That's baseball.
We're going to do women first, and then we'll celebrate robots in a couple years.
What we should not have been celebrating was MLB for, quote-unquote, breaking the gender barrier. It's about time. The NBA had a female referee 28 years ago. The NFL has had female referees or officials for 10 years. MLB is just catching up.
Well, that's the thing that my first thought when I saw the story was, I thought we did this already. I thought baseball already had women umpires, but I guess we didn't. My question on the first pitch, don't those types of historic moments aren't they always supposed to be strikes, right? Like the first pitch for a team like Charlie Huff, right?
Charlie Huff, that pitch was
they're
so outside.
supposed to have a pitcher groove that thing in there, and of course the ump calls a strike. I think that's what that was.
She's saying
Everybody's
anything
on the
close.
same
She's like, if it's close, it's a strike.
Even
But
the
it wasn't
hitter's on the
close.
same page. Don't swing at
it
that
was
first
close.
pitch. It's going to be a strike, and he was just slightly off the plate.
That was a tough pitch to call. We can all like I'm not criticizing like that. A lot of umpires missed that call.
Whatever happened to the days of the umpire dictates their strike zone for the game?
Yeah. Every umpire has a different strike zone.
I don't like the square that's superimposed.
I like it if they're going to use it. I hate it where it doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't.
It's just showing me a box that doesn't mean anything.
Well, they don't see it, Chris.
No, I know, but
it's not. They can't use it. They're calling it as
but
they see it.
The league could. The league could be using the box.
I fell out of touch with the sport before this box was a thing. And I remember baked into the sport was so-and-so is behind home plate today.
Yeah.
Usually goes with a larger strike.
He's got a wide. This guy's got a wide zone. This guy's got a high zone.
Yeah. Woven into the fabric of the game was like, this guy calls the game a little bit different.
Yeah.
You got to adjust.
I didn't want to know pitch by pitch how off or how accurate they were. Like if it's a Marlin that's striking out looking, I'm like, that's inside, that's not a strike. Then when the square's there and they're like, oh, that was a strike, I'm like, no, it wasn't. No, I don't want to see that.
And then you look at the square itself, Greg. It doesn't look like it gets to all the edges. It looks like it's visually tricking me so that if something's outside of the box on TV, it could still be in what I consider the strike zone.
Well, it like baseball also is not
it's
head
not
on
a
usually.
Center field,
It's
you know.
slightly off. So
right,
it's,
which is
it's
why we don't
tricky.
need it.
I would expand the strike zone. If I were an umpire, I would call almost everything a strike, unless it's in the dirt
That seems fair.
unless it brushes your back. I would say to the batters.
So you'd be a little league umpire.
Yeah, get that bat off your shoulders,
I
kid.
would say swing the bat.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that to every ball player who stepped into my
Go ahead.
plate. Bring it. You know, I'm going to call strikes. Swing that bat, Jack. You know, that's what I would say.
Did you ever umpire like youths?
I have. Yeah,
and would
I've
you
been
say that to the kids? Would you let them know, hey, I'm calling it today?
You know, I let the coaches know that
I think you
like
just lied.
I
You
like
used-
a big
Big strike zone.
strike zone.
Yeah.
You used to umpire?
Maybe I was thinking of you.
Yeah, like you used
Yeah.
to call my balls and strikes
No.
like out in the front yard.
Right.
Okay, so hold on a second.
Yeah.
Let's revisit this for a
Yeah.
second. Not only was if you want to say he misremembered, lied, misremembered, whatever, but he also imagined a scenario where he told the coaches before the game, let's swing the bat.
It's a
Yeah.
hypothetical.
I played travel.
Yeah.
You're thinking of like my games where you would hear that said.
Right.
You've heard that said.
Yeah.
You didn't say it as an umpire.
Yeah.
I'm starting to wonder if
Okay.
you've ever spoken to Tim Bowens.
Yeah, because in Greg's mind, clearly he's imagining being this umpire.
You thought you
and
saw the Wilt game.
somewhere as time passed, he thought it ended up being a true story, and now he's like, wait a second, I never umpired.
That's true. Yeah, but you umpired.
I did.
Yeah.
And would you tell the coaches, hey,
I know. In my dad's defense, yes, 2 little league kids at the beginning. I'm like, if it's close, it's a strike. Like,
Right.
let's go. We're up here to hit, not walk.
Yes, thank you.
But that's a clear little league thing that you don't do in the majors because the majors are the majors.
Okay, if I was an umpire, I would take it upon myself to speed up the game. Like I would want at bats to go very
You're
quickly.
getting hot again. You're getting sweaty.
These.
Yeah. Oh, now both of his lenses are fogging
Well,
up.
you know what I need? I need one of those things that are made to defog glasses. You know, I don't know what the product is called.
Glasses
but-
defoggers.
Getting worked up in here.
Well, plus I got a long sleeve shirt. I got a t-shirt on.
Bad
under,
arm week.
You know, and also it's perpetually warm in here.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't think the Le Batard Show is paying the rent. I don't think they
We are, I can assure you. I would say that the AC has been cooking a little bit lately.
Thank you.
No, in a good way.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't have your glasses fog up when we actually had AC issues. Right now, it's very comfortable.
well, in there, though, there's also like a vent, if you look up, that is specifically just for Dan. Like the rest of the
Is that
room is,
right?
yeah, look up. There's like an air duct right above
I
you.
can't really do that.
He is struggling
Why
with the
not?
Stugotz seat.
I suffer from vertigo
You
Oh, yeah,
can't
that's
look
right,
up?
yeah.
and
Wow.
movements like that. Will
Do you
screw
really?
me up.
Adam McKay movie.
Slowly look up. What would happen?
Slowly.
Would you fall back?
Oh, there it is. Okay.
You would fall backwards?
What other things like that can't you do?
like I can't move my head side to side very fast. Look left, look right. Like it would really.
You can't do a little spinorama. Does that get you going too?
So you have like a neck brace, like an invisible neck brace on, basically.
Well, I mean, not really. Like you guys haven't noticed. If I had a neck brace, you would know that I had a neck brace. You haven't noticed.
But
that
I'm
I have
saying
an
you can't. Like if you turn, you'd have to turn your body. You can't just turn.
I just
your
go
head.
slowly.
Figurative.
I just got to go
Yeah.
slowly.
Oh,
like I go look to my left here. I just got to go slowly.
Oh,
That's all.
like
What if you turn your whole body? It seemed.
Michael Keaton,
I'm being
Batman,
careful.
neck mobility.
That's
basically.
right. A little bit. Yeah.
How long has this been going on?
I first started suffering from it. It was right before COVID, so like 5.5 years
And
ago.
what happens? You like get really dizzy and fall down?
I mean, if I have a full-on attack, which I did that time, I can have trouble walking, where I'll have
Like
to hold
Liza
on to the
Minnelli
wall.
in Arrested Development. You're like, I
Yeah.
got the dizzies.
Yeah,
It's crazy when things just happen out of nowhere, too.
it's getting old, man.
I ran to a CVS not just to listen to music this time, but to also get eye drops because I'm like, I guess I'm needing eye drop guy now.
Listen to music.
I've been that guy so many times, like tapping my foot, looking, which eye drops am I getting? All right, where the hell am I going here?
I walked into Publix yesterday. I sent Mike Ryan a text message. I go, hey, man, you want to guess what song's playing right now?
I guessed.
Chris, you want to guess? What song? I walked in yesterday. I walked into Publix.
I have a guess.
They had the soundtrack on, man. What song? Israel?
Is it Natasha Bedingfield?
No.
I guess Michelle Branch. I was off. But then when you hear it, you're like, how did I not guess this one song out of all the other
Google
songs
Dolls.
ever made?
Very close. Matchbox 20, 3 a.m.
Oh, wow. Good
good
song.
one.
Very close.
Greg,
Very, very
did your
close.
glasses fog up when you walked into the sex store with your son?
Whoa.
I'm sorry, what?
Whoa.
Oh, has everybody not listened to the Greg Cody Show podcast?
Can you repeat that
featuring
line,
Greg
please?
Cody?
Not yet.
Well,
With, that's a
I don't want to give too much away. You know,
Okay.
I don't want to step on the punchlines of my own show, which just dropped a couple of hours ago. So I encourage people to listen to it. But Christopher and I did make a trip to a mega store that refers to itself as an adult entertainment store.
I'll reveal that my dad tricked me. Late last week, he's like, hey, you want to go to lunch? I went to his house. I got in his car, and he's like, it's late for lunch. We're going to a sex shop.
Wait, what's a mega store?
It's like the size of a supermarket. Like it's a gigantic store.
So much sex.
Like the
But it's just
Target of
Yeah.
risque things.
So you went to a sex toy shop
Yeah,
together?
I heard you were throwing doughs at the park yesterday. Is that true?
No. We decided.
Well, that's once again, now you're giving away. Don't
Yeah,
give away. My
yeah.
dad wanted to not make light. Trust me, we do plenty of saying this is not right. We do plenty of caveats. But my
Right.
dad wanted to say this is what people should be doing with dildos.
Well,
what they're
not-
doing is throwing them at arenas. You know what? Here at the Greg Cody Show, we're going to give you something that you should be doing.
Right.
Whether we actually should be doing what he wanted to do, you're going to have to tune in and find out.
Yeah, but there, there's a, use a sex toy for personal pleasure or group pleasure or tossing, for distance.
Can I quote? First of all, it's always jarring when you hear your name out of the blue, like in a podcast. And so I was referenced twice in this particular podcast, which was a little jarring. Spoiler alert. Can I quote something that won't give anything away?
Sure.
Greg said he was going to, quote, look for, quote, a decent-sized, classic-looking dildo.
Right.
So I just want your description on what is decent size and what is classic-looking.
Great question, Izzy.
Okay, by classic, I mean something that looks like what it's representing.
Classic how? Because when I look at, like, old paintings, for example, it looks like they are not circumcised, but today you would call classic penis circumcised.
Yeah.
So in your mind, which penis is classic?
Can I go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think you're thinking about the classic replica, flesh-colored, vascular.
Erect.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. No,
Aren't they all erect?
I mean, that's implied.
Ever flopped one of those things around? I think it's a little misleading.
That would be funny, a flaccid dildo.
Well, okay.
See,
Now, the most important part, of
That's
course,
what it is.
Greg, being the size. I think we're just...
Right.
Just,
All right, let's probably take those off video team.
in the edit.
You want
Can we not do that?
You want something that's a little larger than life.
Whose
quite
judgment?
Those look like awards. Like
So
that
can you
looks
be
like an
specific?
Oscar.
Like,
These
what
look
is
like an
larger
Oscar.
than life? Like 6 inches, 7
frankly.
inches?
Probably more like 8, 9.
Ah, okay.
8 or 9.
And here's the other point I want to make. The sex toys, quote unquote, that have been tossed on the WNBA courts, it's all a ruse with this cryptocurrency company or whatever.
Crypto's not even
Supposedly.
real.
But they're green. I don't want a green dildo.
I feel like green is better than one that looks realistic.
What's your preferred
right?
color?
I want a flesh tone.
But like
What
a
color?
flesh
What
tone
color?
one, I
Whether
feel like
it's white or black, I want a dildo that looks like what it's representing. That's all.
Purple, maybe?
No, nah, not really.
So we do that, and my dad. We figure out if my dad can do the monkey bars.
Wait, so you went shopping?
We did the monkey bars.
We journey to a sex shop. You're gonna have to tune in to find out how far we make it in there, what happens. Just you're gonna have to tune in.
Also, did it in a muscle car. By the way, I've always been like, you know what? I should do some sort of like gay-themed podcast. You straight guys have got that covered. Like dad and son going to the gay shop to buying dildos. I'm good. I don't need to do a podcast.
That's high praise.
I'll tell you, I feel like in the history of father-son podcasts, you guys may have pulled something off that has never been done before.
Yeah.
That's
And
why I had some pride doing it.
Did it in a muscle car.
Like, I don't know if the Golics are doing that.
Can we put in a request for the Golics to do that?
That would be great.
Do they think you were like
Tim
together?
Can Tim Kirkchin and his son do this?
Tune in to find out, Billy.
It's a father-son thing.
Because I will admit,
we could have been a couple.
We didn't want to, privacy stuff. We do. The video is on the way there. It's all video, but we go just audio for into the sex shop.
Forgive obviously this hypothetical. If something were to happen to your dear wife, and then you were to date younger, would Chris be your type?
I could see me dating younger.
No, but like Chris specifically, would Chris be your type?
Soda body.
Why'd you look over at me as if to like assess?
I don't know how to answer that question.
I'm just kind
He
of
asked
saying,
it,
like,
and
if
then
you
you-
went and you like were a couple, would this be like a realistic coupling for you?
Yeah, I could see myself dating a man half my age.
But like
Sure.
Chris type?
Yeah, why not?
I feel like he's answered enough, Billy.
I don't like a beard.
No.
No, I don't like a beard.
He doesn't. Christopher doesn't like to shave for some reason. He only shaves above his lip. I've noticed.
Yeah.
I have a beard now because I'm an adult.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Christopher.
I shaved my
too.
neck.
Seeing those two go in a place together where you were assume they were together is no weirder than Bill and Jordan. I guess they're not the Belichicks, but I don't know her last name. Them going out in public somewhere, right?
My dad was caught up on because I did not want to go in with my dad. I'm like, you take the phone.
So he wouldn't be your type if you went older.
My dad was afraid to walk in there alone. He wanted me with him.
Well, of course. I would have felt self-conscious walking
Talking
in.
Is
to
that
the mic,
because,
thank
like,
you.
if you were recognized, like, what's Greg Cody? At
Well,
least if
that's-
if Chris is with you, it's like, oh, this is obviously a bit.
You should have worn a mask,
Partly,
like just
part of that, yeah.
the eye mask,
An eye mask.
No, you could do
Yeah,
that.
like a Robin type mask.
You could
Yeah.
do a
Sweat, he's sweating again.
You could do a surgical mask too. So, oh, he's older. He's
Oh, yeah, COVID.
susceptible
Yeah.
to
That's a good
COVID.
point.
Did you walk in and say, "Where are the dildos"?
That's why we did it.
Yeah, like I know when I go into a store, the last thing I'm doing is asking for help. I'll
Right.
find what I need.
I agree with
all
you.
right.
Yeah.
I'm a man. I could do it on my own. All
I
right?
agree.
So what's when you go
It's
into
all
this?
the poor women asking for help at the sex store.
Well, I'm not judging. I'm just telling you from a man perspective. I don't ask for help. I don't ask for directions.
I know exactly where the dildos are.
I don't need help. But how long do you wait in the sex shop to ask for the dildo?
Well, you don't want to be seen as leisurely browsing in a place like that. You want to do your business. You want to get to the cashier.
In and out, no pun intended.
Decisive.
The old in and out.
I feel like the
Right.
people in there wouldn't be judgmental of you. Like, it's just in your head. Like, you guys are all there for the same reason. It's not like you're, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but you mentioned, like, the CVS. Like, CVS, I mean, you just
No
walk
dildos
down the
in
aisles,
there.
you look around, you're like, whoa, like, okay, this is not what you thought that they would sell at CVS anymore. It's just there, like, on the shelves. You walk past, go down the wrong aisle, looking for some Advil, and then all of a sudden, doughs everywhere. You look around.
It does seem
Target, too.
The recent dildos being thrown on sporting courts.
Those.
You see them more. You can find those easier now at CVS. They're in more prominent spots now.
So, like, there, if you're walking around and someone sees you, you're like, you're doing school supply shopping, all of a sudden someone walks by, like, Greg, what are you doing in this section? It's different than if you're at
Looking for
an
a couple doughs.
adult store. That everybody's looking for doughs there.
I want to make sure I just heard something correctly. You can walk into a CVS drugstore and buy a dough?
we didn't even have to go all the way where we went.
That's crazy.
Is it?
I mean, I knew that you could buy like condoms.
It's
at-
in the
at a
pharmacy.
drugstore, but-
Yeah, it's in the pharmacy,
Are
right
you
next
serious?
to the condoms. Yeah.
No way.
No, it's just in the aisles, not even in the pharmacy.
I thought
Yeah.
you guys were kidding.
It's under ED
No,
medication.
Look, next break, walk over to the CVS down there, and I'm sure you could find if
You
you're
bet
looking.
I will.
Ask them which aisle are the doughs.
Yeah, I will.
We'll bring a live view camera.
Okay. I mean, it's crazy. Do they have a good variety though, or just like
Gonna learn.
probably
All
only
flesh
Maybe it
colored.
depends on the size of the the store.
Yeah.
You know?
Size of the store.
Yeah. I've noticed like
Size matters.
the pharmacies in like when we worked at the beach and here like in downtown, they're more like just meat and potatoes type pharmacies. Like they don't have
Downtown,
a selection of anything.
Any
really.
CVS or Walgreens in a downtown stinks.
Yeah.
I'll say it.
There's a Target here. Honestly, I'm kind of wondering if that Target sucks or not because, like, the Target on the beach, I know, no offense if you work at that Target or any Target, that Target kind of sucks. It's not big enough. You want, like, a lot of square footage. And when when they put them in, like, more compact, like, downtown settings, they're not the best versions of the stores.
Greg, I can tell you sort of the evolution of how we got to doughs at the CVS's or in regular drugstores.
Please.
If you go to any supermarket, in the produce section, cucumbers. It's been largely the go-to for people way back in the day.
Or carrots.
I think people carrots, a little small, a little rough.
How about
A little
zucchini?
jagged on the wrong end.
Each their own.
Zucchini, a little soft. Doesn't really work as well. And so,
What about an eggplant? Because that's like the emoji.
Good for you.
great
Eggplants
call, little large.
seem impractical.
Yeah, they should be firmer if they're going to be that large. Otherwise, you
Roy
could get
has
mess
thoughts.
going
Yeah,
on.
Roy
Cucumbers
has
the
something
way to
here.
go.
Go for it, Roy.
Yeah, the problem with the CVS pharmacy situation is the pharmacy line is right there running past this section where the condoms and the sex toys are.
That's why Roy.
So now
that's
you
why
wait-
Roy goes to the store for the doughs because everybody's there shopping for doughs and there's no judgment.
Well, no, I'm
when
over here-
Roy goes to CVS to get his
This is-
doughs, people are like Roy.
This is
Bellamy?
going
no,
on. This has gone on way too long.
No, listen.
There are not doughs at a CVS.
Yeah, there are.
There
there
are
are.
doughs
Yes,
at
there
a
are.
there is.
At best,
Yes, there is.
at
Yes,
best a
Roy's
personal
telling you
massage.
right now.
There
Roy's
are
telling
definitely
you.
cucumbers at a Publix.
No, vibrator.
Roy,
Vibrator's next
you're
to the
you're
condom.
the arbiter on this.
They have
Yes.
actual sex toys
Yes.
or just personal massagers that everyone knows that that's what it's done.
Personal massagers.
So
yes.
you've heard.
Okay, personal
Well, it's
massagers.
fine.
But are they
I'm always-
phallic shaped?
Yes.
This is insane. And why haven't I gotten the invite to this CVS? I can only imagine
It's
the
every
playlist.
CVS.
No way.
Yeah,
No way.
I'm telling you,
I don't
walk to
believe
that
it.
CVS right down
Put
the
it
street.
on the
I'm
poll.
sure you could find
Are there
one at
doughs
least.
at CVS?
Where is the line? I mean, since I was a child, I go to CVS.
Google
I
it.
see all the jellies and other types of. It's like, why is other sex-related items?
You were
not
thinking
part
that
of
as
the
a
CVS?
child.
As a child.
And I gotta wait in line over here standing with Claire, and she's over here like, "What is that?" I'm like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
I cannot believe
Can we
this.
all do we have the capabilities for all of us to go as a show, just walk down the street and just broadcast all of us live from there, or someone has to stay behind?
I mean, my guess is it's tough to set that up mid-show. I mean, I'm kind of new around here.
I'm
but I think
finding
that's-
doughs. They have doughs.
Just walk. Yeah,
At
just-
least they're packaged.
and vibrators.
At least they're packaged, though. They're not.
They
just-
are. They're not
Packaged
like
and locked.
They're
Yeah.
not dangling very
Right.
phallic.
Yeah.
You don't want to be walking down the aisle like one fell to the floor and it's like, excuse me, a pickup.
Yeah.
fell
This is
too.
apparently a recent phenomenon.
Interesting.
This is crazy.
How do you think
It is
that board
crazy.
meeting went when the CVS execs are like, you know, I think we need to start stocking on shelves?
Somebody in the meeting
Doughs.
was like Mike, and they're like, "No," and everyone else is like, "It's good business."
COVID was like the great reset. Like everyone just forgot everything that happened before. So like after, it's like, wow, I guess this has just always been the case with everything.
Did we, of course, the reason, if somehow you have forgotten, the reason that the doughs are in the conversation is because of what has happened in the WNBA over the last couple of weeks. Did we have any incidents over the weekend? Football, preseason football felt like it was front and center. I didn't see any headlines about any doughs in WNBA preseason games and WNBA regular season games this weekend.
I haven't seen any either. Maybe I was distracted. Shadur Sanders, other things happened. But it's possible, as Chris mentioned, some of them are sold out, so we don't have enough to go around.
The Love Buzz is sold out at CVS right now.
I did see that Piers Morgan fell for an NBA Centel tweet this weekend. That NBA Centel put out that
Go on.
WNBA arenas are installing nets
Like in hockey rinks?
Funny.
so that you can't throw the doughs. And Piers Morgan fell for it.
My favorite meme regarding this story is when the WNBA announced no bag policy. And the meme was, I know what I have to do. I just don't know if I have the strength to do it.
So, guys, I have
It doesn't
something.
take that much strength.
I have something very important to tell you. All right. As you may know, there was a movie that came out this weekend.
Oh, did you find out why the kids keep leaving the rooms?
I know why the kids ran into the streets. in the middle of the night at 2:17 a.m. Greg Cody, do you know why?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The movie Weapons came out this weekend. New horror movie, Weapons. That's the movie where they show you in the previews the kids are running into the streets. They're leaving their homes unprovoked, and they're running out all at the same time
Greg,
in this
what's the last
town.
preview you saw?
2:17 a.m., and they disappear to never return. That's the movie. I had to find out why they are running out of... Like, do you remember the last time you watched a movie trailer, and you're like the trailer works to perfection where I have to know what happens.
I don't think he actually does remember the last time he saw a movie trailer. Full stop.
No, I don't. My wife talked me into watching Happy Gilmore 2.
It's not a trailer.
One of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Whoa!
In my life.
Wow.
Just awful.
You couldn't name one thing about the first one though.
I liked the first one.
But it's all paying
The
respect.
first one was great.
What's the bad guy's name in the first one?
The guy there. What's his name?
Darth
McGillicuddy.
I forget.
Gesturing. I'm gesturing.
Shooter. Oh, Shooter McGavin. Yeah.
Wow.
Shooter
Thanks,
McGavin,
ass.
Of course.
Well, like he was going to get it.
No, but the finger gun gave me a hint.
So you don't remember... I forget about the trailer. You don't remember the last time that you heard a movie was coming out, maybe. You're like, I have to know what happens.
We saw the Rocket Man, the Elton John biopic.
You don't know what happened to Elton John? Like, it's a true story. He's alive.
Swing Vote and Elton John movie. Those are his last two movies in the last 2 decades.
in theaters. Yeah, Gilmore 2 we watched in the privacy of our home.
It's not going to be in.
Were you surprised at the ending of Gilmore 2? Like, did it shock you?
No, the whole thing was formulaic.
Are they happy or are they girls?
The live reference, nothing worked. It was just terrible.
Favorite cameo?
There were too many.
A little distracting, right?
Oh yeah. Like half of the PGA players.
Just push it away. You don't
half
need
of
it.
the PGA players I couldn't name. Like who the hell?
Best player in the world, number one.
Oh, that guy. He should have 3 clubs in his bag to give him a handicap. Him, I sort of recognized, but not really. But those other guys, they needed "Hello, my name is" tags for me to know half of those PGA Tour players. And the Bad Bunny, I think, was in it.
Bunny.
The Bad Bunny.
My wife told me who that was. I thought he was pretty good.
That wasn't
was
funny
great.
where every time he was like he kept asking Happy if he needs a breadstick?
No,
It's funny.
I don't get that.
Because he was a waiter.
You wanted to.
But what's the breadstick
Oh
got
my
to do
God.
with it?
Because
You're really helping.
at
today.
restaurants, they have breadsticks.
Okay, whatever. But he was a star.
You don't know about that Olive Garden?
Bunny was the star of the movie for me, along with Gilmore.
You're annoying me today.
Why?
I just a little feedback. Not super helpful.
The Tim Bowen
the
thing?
Tim Bowen. Even like right out the gates, the photos. I know you're not on Instagram, and which is why you kept referencing Facebook. But the photos of the kids, like that's a pop culture thing. But I understand how it misses you. And you know what? I love you just the way you are. You stay.
Can I ask a follow-up question, which will get Greg more into his comfort zone? And again, this is not giving anything away about the Greg Cody Show featuring Greg Cody. But
Yep.
Thank you. But when you are swinging on monkey bars, not when you do it, but as a generalization, when someone swings on monkey bars, you imagine your feet flowing freely, right? Like you don't have to hit against the ground. You don't have to keep your knees up or anything like that,
Exactly.
right? Because this motion right here, keeping your knees close to your chest, is already physically more demanding.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
So I will say, I'm not going to give anything away, but when we talked about monkey bar swinging, we definitely talked about it in terms of just having one that was tall enough where your feet can just swing through.
Adult monkey bars? Sorry, we couldn't find those.
No.
Every single monkey bar that I've ever hung on were long enough for adults.
Yeah, we went to a playground with kids' monkey bars, and it was
Which I thought they all are.
What?
I mean,
No, the monkey bars of my youth.
this isn't
What
like
a
a
ridiculous
Well,
lie,
you-
Chris.
We didn't go to a CrossFit training place. We were at a kid's park.
I know, but that was
What,
one
the
of
monkey bar's
difficulties.
like 3 stories high? This isn't Squid Game. I mean,
That
like,
was a difficulty. That added to my difficulty of whether or not I was able to complete.
You
the
know
whole
what? From
monkey
now
bar.
on until the end of, let's say, the end of the Greg Cody Show's existence, probably going to be at least 20 more years, right? I will stop at every monkey bars that I see that are tall enough and show you. And just so you know that all monkey bars are not short little kitty monkey
Right,
bars.
exactly. That's right. Christopher, take a lesson.
Wait to see one that isn't at a workout place.
So, am I the only one who knows why the kids ran out of their homes in the middle of the night?
Yes, you are. Yes,
The only one who cares is more like it.
No,
I
that's
care.
not true.
I care. I actually had tickets to see it on Thursday, and I couldn't. I've been too busy this weekend, but it's on the list. This is one that I have to see in theaters. I have to find out.
You gotta
why the
know.
kid- I gotta know why they're running out into the street at 2:17 a.m.
Well, just tell them why was it?
Well,
Then
no,
you
I'm not
gotta
going to
go.
give any spoilers for people listening right now, watching right now. I don't do spoilers, or I'm not like that. I'm a courteous person.
Bad name for a movie. Weapons.
Are there any weapons?
I'm not going to spoil anything for you.
Okay, I guess there are.
I'm not going to spoil anything. But, yeah, so I will tell you, though, I enjoyed the movie. It is not what I thought it was going to be. That I will tell you. Not what I thought it was going to be. I will also tell you that purposely, the movie's actually pretty funny, all right? It's not, like, if you think it's gory, it's not gory. There are some gory parts, but it's not gory. It's not even scary. It's a thriller. It's more suspense than it is scary. But I liked it a lot. It's pretty wild, actually.
Would it be giving anything away if you told us what you thought the children running away would be?
I don't know what I thought. I don't know. Like Mike, you haven't seen it yet. Do you have like a theory? I didn't think I had a
have
theory.
no theory.
I had no theory. I just, yeah.
Because the last time, to answer your question that you asked to Greg, the last time I saw a trailer that made me say, I need to know what that was
Right.
about, wasn't too long ago. It was Sinners. It was, oh, okay, I don't really know what the horror element here is,
Yeah.
but I want to know what it is. And then I watched it, and like you said, it wasn't crazy scary. It had a couple of jump scares, but it had a very consistent, classic theme to it, and it was a great movie.
I have a shocking admission. I was embarrassed to admit this, but I'll do it on the air now too. I saw the trailer for Sinners and was like, I want to see that.
I still haven't seen it yet.
Oh, it's a good movie. And spoiler for those that haven't seen this, I don't. It shouldn't be a spoiler. It seems like this is a pretty important plot point. No idea Michael B. Jordan played 2 roles.
I didn't know that at first either.
Had no clue. I watched a trailer.
Yeah.
Watched the trailer a handful of times.
Right.
Then I sat down and watched the movie, and I was like, "Huh, what do you know?"
That's
It's like
how I knew
Austin
he
Powers
did a
Dr. Evil type thing, or no?
No, I mean, yeah, kind. He plays himself and his he plays twin brothers.
They're twins, yeah. That's how I knew he did a great job in it, because right when I saw him, I said, man, that's clearly Michael B. Jordan. And I said to myself, at what point in this movie am I going to forget that those are 2 Michael B. Jordans and just think of the character? And at some point halfway through, I completely forgot it was Michael B. Jordan. That guy did a great job.
I liked Weapons. I liked it a lot. My older son didn't like it. My younger son was like, all right, that was fine. Because I see all the horror movies with my boys in the theater. And anytime it gets too gory, and one of them wants to like put their hands over their eyes, I look, you put your hands down. You will watch every second of this.
You're a Zaslow.
I don't allow them to look away.
You're a goddamn Zaslow.
You will watch this.
Did this
all
movie
right?
grab you like in the first couple of minutes? Did Weapons just totally suck you in?
Yes, the way it starts, it's creepy the way it starts, and immediately when the movie gets going, you're like, it's building and building and building to finding out what the hell is going on. So yes, I liked it a lot.
And they don't cop out. You find out what's going on.
Oh yeah, there's no mystery.
good.
You know they explain it all.
When
And
scary
it's not
parts
gonna be
are
what you
coming,
think.
did you used to have to open your kids' eyes,
Like
and
little
hold
Alex
them
with the
open?
ultraviolence in
Yeah.
Clockwork Orange?
Really, you would have to do that.
I tell them to put their hands down because when their father tells them to do something, they do it.
Is it
okay?
because man, don't get scared?
That's right. Zaslows, don't get scared of this. We're at the movie. We're not at the movie to not watch it. We're not at the movie to cover our eyes.
What
We're
about
at the movie to watch.
White Tamara, can she cover her eyes?
She doesn't come to the horror films with us. She doesn't like it. She's not into it.
Do your boys like it, or you just bring
No,
them
they do.
along?
They love it. They
Okay.
love the horror films.
If they don't like it, they have the opportunity to physically challenge him.
Well, my younger son can challenge me. He has not used up a challenge yet. My older one had used up his first ever challenge. I think it was 3 months ago.
How often do they reset if they
6
do at all?
months.
6 months.
He's
that's
got 3
right.
months
6
before he can
months.
challenge again.
Yeah, my boys can challenge me, Greg, to be man of the house if they want. Because they're both men also. They've been bar mitzvah. And I don't know if you know, in the Jewish tradition, once you're bar mitzvah, you're a man.
Sure.
And so my boys there are both allowed to challenge me to be man of the house at this point because they've both been bar mitzvah. My older one took a stab at it a few months ago. It did not go well for him. And so he has to wait another few months. But my younger one, if he wants to step up, step up.
And what would be an example of a challenge that your younger one might make?
Got to take me down. Like they announce, hey, I'm challenging you. Okay, I drop what I'm doing. I would never back down.
Not
on a
quite
challenge.
to the death, Greg, but close.
Yeah, you got to get me down on the ground where it's almost like, all right, you know.
You're talking about a physical challenge?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't your youngest son?
What do you think? We're having a debate?
Isn't your youngest son 14?
On a dais.
Greg, yep, that's what he's talking about.
He's talking about a physical challenge, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Just
That's
you're
ridiculous.
on one.
So my older one, my 16-year-old, he tried. He talked a tough game. It did not go well for him. And he was talking trash to me yesterday, to be honest, saying I can't wait for another few months because you're dead. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, we remember what happened last time. It's going to go poorly for you again. But he thinks that he's got me next time. But he still has to wait a few months.
Was it scary off the jump, or did they try to lull you into a false sense of security?
No. My older son, like when he tried, like he started choking me out. He jumped on my.
I was talking about weapons because I keep trying to find the loop to get to the top 5 that I cooked up.
Let's do it. Come on now.
Top 5 best opening scenes in cinematic history.
Wow. Good list.
Okay, top 5 best opening scene cinematic history. Okay.
We do have an OLI. Here's the group of OLI. Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Can you explain for those of us who haven't seen it in 30 years?
Yeah, big old ball.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. Okay.
That big ass ball, yeah.
Big ass ball.
The
Just like
boulder.
the stunt show,
Yeah.
which is still around, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah. You can always tell who the plant is. They're wearing a Hawaiian shirt. OLI. Heat.
Wow, that's OLI. It's a great opening scene.
Dude, it was tough to boil this down to 5. It is a great opening scene. One of my favorite.
Waingro kills him. He's got the blood in his ears. That Waingro was a real piece of shit, let me tell you.
You see who they're talking to join the cast of Heat 2?
No.
Pat Riley.
Leo DiCaprio.
What?
Wow.
I like it.
I like it too. Did you read the book, Heat 2?
No, it was a movie. Why would I read?
Well, Heat 2 is not a movie.
Kim, you
yet.
just told me that the movie's coming out, though, so why would I read it?
Well, they're still trying to get it greenlit. All right, OLI, final OLI, Jaws. Or alternate title, What's That Gnawing on My Leg? Number 5, Scream.
Great opening scene.
Great opening scene.
Great opening scene.
Involving what? Spoiler alert.
Drew Barrymore.
Yep.
The Drew Barrymore. It was
Yes.
kind of it wasn't really a cameo. It was a bit part, but
Calls coming from inside the house.
Yeah, it's great.
And that was also back then where like a famous actor or actress didn't get killed in a movie.
No, it didn't do that. You didn't see it, and it was genuinely scary.
I just forgot that was the opening scene, but it's clearly the most memorable scene from the movie.
Oh, for sure. Number 4. Got to give some animation some love here. Up.
It's very sad.
Super sad, and you are totally shocked at how this movie grabs you right away and how emotional that start is.
When we watched Up for the first time in my house, my kids were of an age where they're going to be into it. Blockbuster was like still open; it was still a thing. And when we were renting Up, like the person behind the register, like, be prepared for the opening of the movie. It's really sad.
Hey, Blockbuster employee, don't do that.
Spoiler.
What a terrible thing to do.
I love dude, I miss the banter with the people that worked at Blockbuster.
Little
Typically,
know-it-alls?
they really liked movies.
Little know-it-alls?
Yeah, they were know-it-alls.
When you had the connection with the one person who would tell you when something just got returned, oh my God, that was my guy.
Well, do you know what the move was at Blockbuster? If it was a really popular movie and, it was never behind on the shelf, when you walk into Blockbuster, you first go to the front where it has the movies that have been returned but have not been put back on the shelves yet. That move.
Number 3, Dark Knight.
Wow, number 3.
That's what I would have number 1, Dark Knight opening scene. I think that's
my
the
number
best.
2.
I don't know. Great job. William Fichtner, right?
Fichtner, yeah.
Is it Fichtner? Either way, it's a fucked
no
up
N.
last name. Number 2, Saving Private Ryan. This was really difficult.
You had dudes walking out of the theater.
Yeah, I mean, you had dudes carrying in their own arms. It was nuts. This is an incredible scene to start a movie with, and it was really hard to put that number 2.
That was the D-Day, like on the beach? Like,
Yeah,
that was the opening scene?
yeah.
Okay.
You open right up with Tom Hanks
Apparently
on the boat.
very realistic.
It was incredible. And number 1 for me, also in that World War II genre, not the kind of action, but gripping, edge of your seat type of dialogue. Christoph Waltz, you knew that he would win an Academy Award just based off of this opening scene.
Yeah.
It's Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah.
Wow, no Goodfellas.
No.
I can walk you through that opening scene like almost frame by frame, where you got Ray Liotta, you've got Joe Pesci in the back seat, you've got what's his face,
Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro in the passenger seat, and they're hearing the bumping.
His
They're
face?
like, what's that? and they pull the car over, and it's the dude in the trunk. Oh, he's not dead yet. And Joe Pesci's like, yeah. And then it goes to Ray Liotta with the voiceover. As far back as I can remember, I've always wanted to be a gangster.
Do your own list.
If you're talking dialogue, Social Network.
But breaking all of these records statistically and having a spectacular season, obviously, like, the system has something to do with that. It would be crazy to say that it's not Mike McDaniel in some capacity, but also different quarterbacks fit in different systems different ways, and Justin Herbert has his flaws that maybe wouldn't work if he was just in the system. I think there's so many people saying, oh, well, if Herbert was in Tua's spot, it would be even better. I have no reason to believe that's the case.
I have something that's probably not popular, especially down here in Miami.
Oh, boy.
Dolphins offenses have ruined football for me. Like, I can't watch a football game that's not the Dolphins.
It's done
now.
the exact opposite for me.
I just
it's
can't.
made football amazing.
Like, I'm watching. No, it's great, but I'm saying it's ruined the rest of football for me. Like, I can't watch just a single game that's not the Dolphins. Like, if I tune in, it's the third quarter, it's like, I don't know, 14-9 or something. I can't watch it. I'm
the
like,
Patriots option doesn't do it.
Well,
for
I'm
you?
like, why can't you guys just score? I don't understand. Like, why does it take you so long to score? Why can't you just score in 3 plays in 45 seconds? Like, what's going on
They
here?
spoiled you. I mean,
This doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it. Is that what Iowa's like? I can't imagine watching Iowa football.
No, we don't score that much.
That's crazy. Why
Billy,
not?
they won a game 15-6 over the weekend.
But why don't you just try having everyone go in motion
You
and
guys should score
throwing the
more.
ball? Yeah, why don't you just score more? Just get all the fast players in
Get
the
those
country.
tight ends running early.
Yeah, why can't you just do that? I don't get it.
There have
Me
been
neither.
so many seasons in the past, so many Dolphin seasons in the past, where if they're behind 14-0 in the first quarter,
right,
the crowd is leaving. Everybody's giving up.
The game is over.
The game is over.
Tua was
Correct.
laughing on the sideline after they scored the second touchdown, and I'm like, whoa.
Right.
Because I thought they were going to come back, but I'm like, I don't know.
That's supreme confidence.
He
You
was
know what?
smiling after the second touchdown on the sideline.
When they were behind 14-0, they were still, you know how the odds update now? Christopher pointed this out to me. I didn't know it. When they're down 14-0, they're still a minus 200 favorite to win the game. There was no doubt. And it wasn't just because Carolina sucks, which it does.
Right.
It's because the Dolphins' offense is, until somebody proves otherwise, almost unstoppable.
And like 5 years ago, we were watching Jay Cutler throw passes to Devontae Parker.
Right.
Like that was supposed to be the height of excitement of
Yes.
the Dolphins offense since Dan Marino.
Yeah, amazing.
And now it's this.
So this is the best offense. That's saying a lot considering Marino, Clayton, Duper, and that offense.
And here's some Shakespeare, as done by the Dan Le Batard Show with Stugotz. We've stolen the exclamation point officially from Get Up. It's put after the word show.
So this is Act 1, Scene 2 of Macbeth. The stage instructions are: a camp near Fours. Alarm within. Enter Duncan, Malcolm, Donalbain, Lennox with attendants, meeting a bleeding sergeant.
I don't even know what that means.
So I saw the other day, I think Mike Ryan brought this up, how a Social Network 2, you know, the Facebook movie, Social Network 2, I don't know why I'm looking at you, you don't know movies.
I've heard of it.
Okay. You've heard of Facebook?
I've heard of Social Network.
Okay. So the Social Network, which starred Jesse Eisenberg as Mark Zuckerberg, Aaron Sorkin wrote it. Aaron Sorkin, I love his movies. And he used to write TV too. Great writer.
To bring it back to sports real quick, Jesse Eisenberg, cousin of Jamie Eisenberg, fantasy football expert on CBS Sports.
That's right. That's right. So they're coming out with a Social Network Part 2.
It's in development. I don't know if David Fincher is attached to it. Did a great job. That was, as you mentioned, certainly in contention for one of the best opening scenes.
What was the opening scene again in Social
He's on a
Network?
date with the lady, and it's just really a way you get to know Zuckerberg while just seeing him on a date. Usually opening scene, and they like slap you over the face with this is it's just a great way to set up the whole premise for who this guy is with just him on a date. He's just being a pompous asshole the whole time to her.
Isn't it Rooney Mara who plays the girlfriend that he breaks up with? I believe so.
I don't know if she was in the same. The only thing that I really remember about that is they established that Zuckerberg is an a-hole, but also White Stripes Ball and Biscuit playing at the bar the entire time. A great track.
I love that scene.
It's a great scene, but they're talking about developing a social network too now.
More Facebook?
Well, before there's a lot of people like, well, that was a great dramatic. That was a great dramatic film. You don't typically see sequels to popular dramatic films. Why?
Especially when they're based on true stories.
Precisely.
Right?
Why do one to this? Well, I mean, I think Zuckerberg's story only got even more interesting after the events of The Social Network 1 ended. I mean, our lives are completely different because of what he created, totally reshaped American politics, misinformation, fascinating stuff there. But apparently Jesse Eisenberg isn't attached to the project at the moment. Doesn't want to do it, which would make perfect sense because
doesn't want to do it.
Doesn't want to do it.
Hey, he's in Now You See Me Part 3.
I don't know why he doesn't want to do it.
But this is actually a movie that's respected.
Maybe he doesn't want to just be pigeonholed into just being the guy that played Mark Zuckerberg. I don't think so.
He doesn't want to just be a pigeonholed as an asshole character because that's kind of what he does anyways on all his movies.
Well, the replacement for him that's being talked about that is attached to the role of Zuckerberg is someone that would probably be pigeonholed into playing an a-hole as well, Jeremy Strong.
Oh, great actor.
I would love to see what he does with the role. It's a guy that played Kendall Roy in Succession. A method actor that is taken very seriously when he's not doing Dunkin' Donut ads. But Jeremy Strong attached to this. I would love to see his interpretation of Zuckerberg in this whole new post-truth world.
Has Jeremy Strong ever starred in a movie?
You know, he didn't get top billing in The Apprentice. That's his movie. Playing Roger Cohn. That was...
I don't even know what that is.
Was it Roger Cohn? Or am I confusing him? I might be conflating it with Roger Stone. But, the attorney that kind of took Donald Trump by the hand and made Donald Trump basically what he is. He was phenomenal in that movie.
He's a great... Is this going to be Aaron Sorkin again, writing the script?
I think Fincher is attached. I'm not sure if Sorkin is attached to the script.
I'll see anything Aaron Sorkin writes.
Yeah, you don't think he overdoes it a little bit?
Why? That it's the dialogue's unrealistic?
Yeah, sometimes he just goes
but that's the hallmark, man.
Full Sorkin.
That's the hallmark. I mean, you love The West Wing, right? Nobody talks the way all those
Roy
people in
Cohn,
The West Wing do.
You don't get the dizzies when you watch Sorkin?
Because it's so fast?
It's just the camera following people in circles type of thing.
No.
It's just human beings don't speak this way.
Correct. But, I mean,
you
we're also
don't
watching
care.
a movie.
Yeah, you're watching a movie and you like the way that they speak.
Yep.
I'm with that, but human beings don't speak the way that they speak in Tarantino movies either.
Correct.
And I like it. Only Tarantino speaks that way. And you just kind of sign up for a whole... I mean, the guy's just pleasuring himself the entire movie anyways. Not literally, but, you know.
Go on.
I mean, his movies are very self-indulgent.
Greg, is Mike Ryan selling you on Social Network Part 2?
You know what, movies? Enough with the sequels. Have a new idea.
Haven't heard this take.
Okay.
Reboot.
I'm tired of sequels. It's one of the many reasons why I'm not a big movie guy. Because, you know, it's don't give me a version of what I've already seen.
Tell me a news story.
Thank you.
Okay, but you're saying that as if there is not a plethora of films out there for you to choose from, as if the only movies for you to pick are sequels and unoriginal ideas. There are millions of movies.
There are plenty, but they haven't. There hasn't been a sequel that was better than the original since Godfather 2.
Okay, that's not true.
Okay, name one.
Terminator 2?
Way better.
I think that
Dark Knight.
I think they've been having problems in movies, like especially like in digital movies, where people only go see sequels. Like Disney hasn't had like original movies in a long time. Like they had this movie Elio come out that no one saw. Yeah. But if you have like The Incredibles 3 come out, people would go swarm to see it.
Right, I agree, and that's the problem. It's easy money.
The problem with your argument on this particular movie, Greg, is that this was based on a true story, right? And so there's more to the story that continues. It's as if we were to see a documentary on LeBron James's career after he was done with the Miami Heat, and then you never see another documentary about LeBron James ever. There's a lot more to that story, just like there's a lot more to the Zuckerberg story after Facebook.
Yeah, but Zuckerberg is famous enough and out front enough where it doesn't. Anybody who's interested already know the story.
So you know all the details of how he came about to Instagram and how it was maybe an issue in his life or how it blew up, and you know all those details.
Well, I remember seeing and thinking it was okay.
Get in front of that microphone.
I think I saw Social Network.
It's pretty wild that you got in front of the microphone for 1 second and you were just like right back in.
Petered out.
This might be an old dog, new tricks type of situation. But I think like the behind the scenes lobbying,
didn't he have to go in front of Congress?
Yeah, speaking in front of Congress, seeing how his life was impacted by that, seeing how he impacted our lives, seeing how behind the scenes how he manipulates the algorithm to kind of reinforce this age of misinformation. I think all that would be fascinating. And if Aaron Sorkin is writing it, then we can guarantee that it would be highly dramatic.
Yeah, but when he's speaking in front of Congress, that's in the news. I see that on TV.
Right. I know what he said in front of Congress. I want to know about everything that happened around that. The dialogue at Facebook, the dialogue with his family. That kind of stuff is interesting.
Okay.
So if this isn't an actual like documentary, this is more like a depiction or like a based on true story situation. Why would Zuckerberg want that if you're just going to kind of like make up what was going on behind the scenes?
He doesn't have a say. What do you mean?
Who cares?
Well, I'm just saying, like, if you don't actually have access to it and you're like, oh, this is kind of what we think may have happened, like, how's that going to go?
They research it. I mean, like, I don't know if Patton was around to give his input on Patton. Like, they're historians or people that this is all well done.
Yeah, but it's
documented.
like a documentary and based on a true story are different things.
I don't this is a dramatic thing. Like,
if it's a scene where it's just Zuckerberg and there's nobody else in the room, yes, you can assume that is entirely fictionalized and they just came up with. But if there's other people in a room, you could imagine they asked people questions. Hey, what happened here? What happened here? What happened here? Without actually getting the detail by detail from Zuckerberg himself.
Right. I love biopics. I understand that there's some creative license that's being taken, but also they're well researched.
I've heard that pronounced biopic as well, which is correct.
It both works.
Biopic.
Yeah, they both work.
They both work. Okay.
Yeah, I used to be like staunch one way or another, but it's kind of like GIF and GIF.
I think biopic is where people who are like trying to be smarter than they really are use. Whereas if it's just biopic, you know exactly what the hell it is.
Right.
Whereas it's a biopic. What the hell is a biopic? And then you go, oh, you mean biopic?
Oh, okay. But they're both acceptable. Is the biopic?
I think the only reason biopic is acceptable is because smart people said it wrong and said, no, that's the way you say it.
Yeah.
What would the majority think though?
Biopic.
Biopic,
actually. Biopic.
Well, see, you're going both sides there.
Yeah. Both sides.
In other words, it's controversy.
Exactly. I say biopsy sometimes.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
When it's not that
smarter
serious.
than the rest of us.
All right.
There was big news this morning, guys.
What happened?
So last week, you had big news with WWE signing their rights deal with ESPN, which we'll circle back to that in a second. It was a 5-year, $1.2 billion deal. Incredible now where WWE is now in the same category when it comes to TV rights deals as other sports properties. Like, that's freaking wild.
The ratings kind of dictate that, and it's kind of, this is what they brought when they brought Nick Khan to the table, which was a business-minded person that didn't necessarily subscribe to where the establishment would place wrestling, which is always viewed as something silly. They would all have probably a Greg Cody view of wrestling. This is all orchestrated, predetermined. This is not a real sport, but it is a real valuable television property with weekly programming that rates really well, with tentpole monthly benchmarks that get people to tune in. Mm-hmm. So it would make sense that it should absolutely. And if you look at its social media metrics, it's one of the bigger properties on the planet.
But you would agree it's an entertainment more than a sport.
Yes, but it's
who's still making the other case? Like, everybody knows that.
No, it's not. It's not.
You're just talking about it as being comparable to other sports
when it comes to TV rights deals.
TV rights deals. It's athletic. It's not a sport. No one's making that
I
argument.
mean, 5 years, $1.2 billion.
Right.
That's
right.
I mean,
That's
it's not
the
what the
numbers with
NBA
Paramount?
is getting or what the NFL is getting, but man, like it's in the same category.
And it's fairly limited for essentially just approximately 12 events a year. That is an impressive number, but I do think that with framing that number now and where they landed is made more interesting and made a little bit clearer, given that the other big portion of TKO's portfolio just signed a massive deal with Paramount.
So this was the huge news from this morning, which I don't know that it came out of nowhere. Like the WWE ESPN deal kind of came out of nowhere. Once you saw the WWE ESPN deal, you kind of knew that this was the next domino. And so UFC has signed with Paramount. It is a 7-year, $7.7 billion deal. So, like, I was thinking to myself, you know, if WWE got that, I wonder what UFC is going to get in the next one. Well, UFC is going to get a lot more than what WWE just got is the answer.
Rightfully so, because UFC, in terms of premium events, UFC every weekend.
How much did they used to charge for their pay? It's like $69.99 or something.
Yeah, in that
right?
neighborhood, like $59.99, $69.99. But a big part of this deal is apparently the pay-per-view model is a thing from a bygone era. UFC, every major card is going to be included with your Paramount Plus subscription now. No more pay-per-view.
Were those numbers doing well, or were they not doing well, and so that's why you get rid of the pay-per-view?
I'm not sure. I don't know how to answer that. It was a fear that ESPN would charge extra for WWE PLEs because they had established this pay-per-view model.
Which we don't they're not very clear. Like we're still kind of confused. What are we talking? 4 days later after the WWE ESPN thing is announced. Although I think I understand how they're doing it. We're still confused there. The UFC Paramount deal is pretty clear, right?
Pretty clear. You sign up for Paramount Plus, you get the UFC, all their numbered pay-per-view events, all their UFC fight nights, all that stuff. Now behind the Paramount Plus
and we don't
paywall.
know if the Paramount Plus price is going up.
I would lock into a year now.
I would imagine
lock into a year subscription now before that goes up significantly.
Yeah, I would assume so if they're doing away with the pay-per-view model. Also, not only does this make us look back at the WWE deal and say, like, okay, that was kind of like a make-good for UFC leaving the ESPN platform is, we know Dana White's political leanings, how visible Republican politicians in particular have been at his events. The elephant in the room here is that the FCC is very involved with this merger between Paramount and Skydance. And now you have Dana White, conservative icon Dana White, and the UFC going to Paramount Plus in a multi-billion-dollar deal.
I think he'd take 7.7 from anyone that offered it.
Yeah, but I also see him like...
And if there's like 7.9, I think he'd take that if it wasn't Paramount.
There's all sorts of... Look, it's viewed as they gave Trump a bribe.
But like, is Paramount... Are you saying, like, is Paramount willing to be the highest bidder? Let's assume. Is Paramount willing to be the highest bidder because, like, they like what that represents?
Well, this deal was... Deals take a long amount of time. And I imagine part of the subtext of getting this merger approved is Dana White also telling his political friends, like, I have this massive deal waiting for me. It's pending this merger because without this merger, I don't get that. Again, subtext, but curious to look back on the framework on how the sausage got made, how the FCC's involvement with CBS in particular, which is well documented. This is a nice little added layer that's curious, but the shockwaves here is that a sport that was predominantly behind a pay-per-view model ceases being a pay-per-view model and getting $7.7 billion.
Just so I'm clear on this, what you're saying, Mike, is it sounded like while Donald Trump is suing Paramount, you're saying this was in the works with Dana White, and Dana might be like, hey, Donald, you might want to speed up that go-ahead settlement because I've got this deal with Paramount in the works.
I don't know about speed up, but get what you need to get. But hey, just so you know, it would be really important to me, your friend over here, if this merger goes through because they have the top offer.
Yeah, because it does look weird just on the outside looking in if you don't know any details. Hey, didn't Donald Trump just sue this company? And now Donald Trump's right-hand guy, Dana White, is now going into bed with this company? Just weird from the outside looking in.
I mean, the Trump administration has gotten literally everything that they want. The only thorn in their side from a Paramount perspective appears to be South Park going at them. And, you know, maybe that's the concession here. But either way, this is a massive day for the UFC. That is a major,
I think it's a great day for UFC fans. Great day.
We'll see what the price point is, but I imagine we'll save money because we're paying...
You say that though. We'll see what the price point is. Like, I'm guessing. I have Paramount. I'm guessing it's probably something like $12.99 that I'm paying right now. Whatever it is, I don't think it's one of the higher.
I pay for Paramount just for the soccer properties that they have. I'm really happy about this as someone that likes the UFC and doesn't always come to the table to spend their money.
Same for me
on the pay-per-views.
I've paid $100 for the bigger UFC fights via pay-per-view. It's
crazy.
So if I have to pay, even if they raise their thing to $20 a month, if I'm a UFC guy, that's a bargain.
It's great for the sport because Dana White right now, there's peaks and valleys when it comes to big-time star attractions. Right now, I think UFC was coming off the heels of a time where they had some stars that generated pay-per-view buzz. Now they're in that mode that they often find themselves in. Where's our next Conor? Where's our next big-time superstar that we can get as a draw? Well, you start making these more accessible and not something that someone has to pay per event for. Everyone's going to be paying more attention to the sport.
Because, and also here's the thing, like, yeah, I would assume Paramount is going to raise their price. I mean, how much? Can't be that much more that they raise it to, but they'll probably raise it. Paying $69.99, $79.99, whatever it is for these UFC pay-per-views, I've been out on that for a long time. It's a crazy amount of money to spend per month, especially because comparative to WWE, WWE, they're both entertainment, obviously, but WWE is scripted. So I know at least when I'm paying whatever I'm paying for WWE each month, they're going to set it up in a way that they believe their audience is going to be very happy after they plunk down their money. UFC, you could put together whatever kind of card you want. It's quite possible that the fights end up stinking. And then you paid your $69.99, $79.99. It's like, man.
You even get the fights that don't count because the dude didn't make weight, and they're just like, we got to do this anyway because we built it up this whole time. Yeah, this is by far, as a consumer, not just more affordable, but the lot safer way to spend your money.
Well, let me mention one thing as a UFC agnostic. I'm not a fan of the sport. I don't hate the sport. But my impression, tell me if I'm right or wrong, is that 4 out of 5 UFC numbered main cards are not particularly compelling. 1 out of 5, it has a main fight that everybody wants to see, that would be a pay-per-view draw. But the other 4 out of 5 are just sort of pedestrian.
Not if you listen to Tony.
Well, I think what Greg is saying, though, those other 4 out of 5, if you're the hardcore fan, you're very excited, but you're not getting the casual fan to watch those 4.
Right.
I think you're probably spot on about that.
You'll be more inclined. They'll do a great job of marketing these events. There'll be whole new stars made because the hardest part in making stars is getting someone to pony up the $60 approximately a month. The undercards, that's where you generate the stars. And right now they're at a place where the top bill isn't really drawing the same amount of business. So as someone that tries to follow the sport best they can, but won't justify paying the pay-per-view prices for every card. This is big for me because this is something that now can go on the second screen, a third screen. I can a fight can catch my eye now.
You
on
casually
my
watch it in the background.
Yes, this is great.
Quick question though, because anything's possible. We don't know what the plan is for the long term. Is it possible that because you said the big names not quite hitting as hard as they used to, we're just trying to get you in again for free, to where if we develop the big name, all of a sudden, hey, this one in particular, $59.99 pay-per-view.
I don't know if it's very hard to go back to that. WWE went away from the pay-per-view model. They went to $9.99 with their WWE network, and then when they signed with Peacock, all the PLEs were embedded within your subscription, and now that is at least what they're aspiring to go to with ESPN, which is it's included in your ESPN streaming service. Once you go in the direction of we're no longer going to make you pay per view,
that's why I'm hesitant on the miscommunication we're having with.
You all right? Yeah, you're really struggling. Did you get vertigo? Allergies?
No, I have something in my throat.
Don't look up.
Yeah, it's been tough. I'll
Way to help him out, Greg.
Look away.
He saw his friend's first day of school pictures, and it's finally getting to him.
He got literally choked up.
At least
while
your
doing
teammates
it.
there to help you.
I get very choked up when thinking about how I don't have to pay for UFC anymore. Like it makes my heart swell.
I don't know if maybe there's an example where someone can remind me where someone decided to break away from the pay-per-view model.
Now give us a lot of money for it.
And then go back to it after their fan base got used to it.
That's why I'm hopeful that WWE – so we're still really unclear 4 or 5 days later if you have to pay your $29.99 a month. I think the way that I understand it is if you have ESPN per your cable provider, those are your credentials to be able to log into the DTC app, and then you get the WWE shows.
Where I'm not totally clear on, and I swear to God this is not a bit, I don't know if this is a whole new streaming service or the one I already have. I don't know if they're launching something new. I'm not going to put the audience through that again. I'm just unclear on that.
Billy, why are you so frustrated?
Because what do I do about Red Zone? I still don't know if I have to buy Red Zone or not.
Right. I don't want to do that thing. We all sound super old, but it's still a little unclear to me, the messaging. I hate it when things are announced and we don't know. This is not the first time.
Where the hell do you watch Inter Miami?
That's on Apple. Unless they're on
they
Fox.
got
If you can understand that schedule, please explain it to me.
But I do think that this is a big-time win for consumers, and I also understand what the aspirations are for the WWE ESPN deal. I know that it's exactly what Zaz said, but those deals haven't been formally made with all the carriers. I have 2 different carriers come football season. I have YouTube TV and my Xfinity. I don't know if
Why? It seems redundant.
YouTube TV.
It's a luxury I afford myself during football season because I like the multi-screen.
You got to do football YouTube TV. It's just the multi-screen.
Why?
It's the best.
I like having the
you get
multi-screen.
4 games at once.
Yeah, but I just like having Red Zone on one of my TVs.
Cancel your Comcast.
You can go
though.
4, Red Zone in 1. You pick your other 3
I
games.
can't cancel my Comcast because my Comcast are credentials. There are certain things that I watch, like Tennis Channel. I'm a big-time Tennis Channel guy. On streamers, on like YouTube TV, you only get Tennis Channel 2. Yeah. I want Tennis Channel 1.
College football Saturdays, also the YouTube 4 games. It's awesome.
Yeah, no, if Tennis Channel was a standalone thing, I'm losing a lot of money right now because the package that I have to have on my cable to have Tennis Channel is an upper tier, and I basically only pay for that and TUDN.
That's why I've been watching these second-rate tennis matches this whole time. That's Tennis Channel 2 I've been watching on YouTube
T2.
TV. Wow, I had no idea. I got to upgrade.
That's a sequel that surpassed the original, Greg. T2.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that.
Everybody, there have been
Titanic?
plenty.
Is that Titanic?
Yeah. Spider-Man 2 was better than Spider-Man 1, 2.
So what
Dr.
is-
Octopus?
What is still on pay-per-view?
AEW. AEW still adheres to a pay-per-view model.
Boxing?
Boxing, yeah, you have to pay extra.
Yeah,
you can have DAZN.
boxing's always going to be pay-per-view, right?
That's, yeah. No, I mean...
Porn?
if you pay
What are
for
we
porn-
talking about?
High-quality porn is still paper.
You see this right here? This is called an iPad, all right? I
It's
can
tough-
get whatever I want right here.
It's tougher in this state.
Pay-per-view.
You
What
gotta
are you
support these
talking
folks,
about?
man. OnlyFans.
That's the same iPad, huh?
You use your work iPad, huh?
What do you mean work iPad?
Is that
It's
the,
my
is that,
iPad.
Is it, oh,
Oh, he does work with that iPad.
That's
Listen,
gotta-
listen,
Looks like a, looks like a
Greg,
toy.
Greg, don't touch that iPad.
listen.
No,
when
I
you
won't.
open up the browser, you open up Safari.
Don't
all
do
right?
it. Don't do it. Don't do it. You don't know what that feels bad. Private mode.
Don't
That's
open up
right.
the different tabs.
There's a private mode.
Clear
Now, I will
head.
tell you, this has happened before. Could it have happened when, I used to be on the Miami Heat radio broadcast team? Possibly. When you open up the browser and you're still on the private, that could be embarrassing.
You're revealing a
Did
lot.
that make air?
You got to X out of that right.
Tommy Tig right next to you, man.
Yeah, Tommy Tig over here. Up.
Look away.
Hog cranking.
You got to be careful, all right? You always got to be careful with the cookies as well. That's how you get caught. You know about those cookies, Greg?
I do not.
Well, make sure you clear them.
I shouldn't be accepting all of them?
No,
No.
you should never do that.
Third
Reject
party.
the cookies.
You guys
Never
reject
In
the
all
cookies?
walks of life.
I always just accept them. I don't know.
Yeah, what's a cookie? I mean, what's the problem with a cookie?
Well, I was going to say I'd love to see the look on your face if you got a banner that said, your phone has been hacked. But I don't want to see the look at your face in that moment.
Billy, you have you've been in on Prime movies these days? You finding stuff you like on Prime?
I saw The Pickup. Have you seen The Pickup on
No,
Prime?
what's that?
It's a new movie on Prime.
Is that the Pete Davidson?
Yeah,
Eddie Murphy.
I just
Pete
learned that Eddie
Davidson.
Murphy had a new movie.
Yeah.
Heard bad things.
I think I got to be honest with you. Like, listening to you guys talk about movies and the way I watch them, we're different people.
Yeah,
like, I think we do movies very,
Yeah, that's crystal clear.
very differently.
That's I think we're fine on our side and you're fine on yours.
Yeah, like, I watch a movie and I move on with my life. Like, I don't remember the opening scene
Thank
20
you.
years later. I don't really think about it. I'm entertained for 90
Yes.
minutes and then I kind of move on to,
Wow,
Thank
90.
you.
to
Thank
the
you,
next
Billy.
thing.
Yeah.
That's your
And-
cutoff for movie
No,
runtime,
30.
90 minutes?
And you like
90 minutes is like a good. I loved when Netflix had the 90-minute movie section on like their options. So like there's comedy and then there's drama and then there's something that's like 90-minute movies. Or if like I'm on a plane and there's a 90-minute
Right,
movie.
right. Well, the plane
The plane depends on
differentiates.
how long, obviously, my flight is. I'm not going
Right.
to take a long movie if it's like a 90-minute flight. You know?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but I just kind of watch a movie and I move on.
What
And
is
I
this
don't-
movie, The Pickup?
Yeah, The Pickup. It's a
Pete
heist
Davidson?
movie.
So
yeah,
you watch
heist.
movies
Eddie Murphy.
and you
I
have
don't
no
like him.
thoughts.
I don't like
It's not that I don't have any thoughts. It's I enjoy it. A lot of times I'm like, I don't even remember the character. Like if you were to ask me the characters' names from The Pickup, I don't remember. I watched it on Friday night or Saturday night, whatever night it was, and I moved on with my life.
Good
Next
for Billy.
thing. Yeah.
That's a healthy way to watch movies.
I don't go to the theater often. I go, once every 4 or 5 years if there's, a big movie.
4 or 5 years.
Billy, I am always
Good for you,
confused
Billy.
as to how people memorize these movie lines. Like, do you know how often you have to watch these movies to memorize these lines over
Just
and
a couple.
over and over? No.
I don't remember
Goodfellas.
I didn't remember. Yeah, you did it for Goodfellas a minute ago, but
I've
I don't
seen
remember.
it 20 times.
There you go.
I don't
That's how
remember
it happens.
anything that happened in the Social Network. Just Mark Zuckerberg, kind of like I don't know.
It's
You
like
know,
different
from
than
Social Network,
sports.
the line is drop the.
It's different than sports when something
Just
great happens
Facebook.
and you just watch highlight after highlight, or the people tell you the next year, hey, look what happened last year on this date. That's how it gets burned in your memory. But these movies, like I just watch, I'm with Billy most of the time, 99% of the time, watch a movie one time, move on with my life.
Someone asked me. I said like, "Oh, I'm watching The Pickup," and they say, "What'd you think?" And I go, "Well, I mean, we get different things out of movies. You like art, and I like Fast and Furious. So I enjoyed The Pickup. You probably would not."
Who is this person that likes the art?
The Art Kugler, he's out there.
Oh.
Yeah, I was talking to him about it because he's friends. Spoiler, we're friends with someone in the
You would
movie.
think the whole thing that you project about being chill with movies would come with far less judgment.
What do you mean? I'm not judging
I mean,
anyone.
I love movies. I don't judge anybody that takes your approach, but you're like, wow, you like art. I like Fast and the Furious too.
Yes.
I love the big dumb movies. And
You shouldn't feel attacked. This isn't like a personal thing against
No,
you. I'm just saying. I just watch a movie and I kind of
I do kind of feel attacked because your general vibe is not as chill as you project.
Okay.
I don't like Pete Davidson.
I don't either, man.
He was
don't
pretty
either.
good. Well, okay, we don't like him.
Yeah,
that
Bug
much.
Eyes.
The old bug eyes. Huh?
I like
Yeah.
Petey.
That's what you call him? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't get it.
That was my worst Halloween costume ever.
You were Pete Davidson
Yeah, let's not talk about it.
Really?
on around.
Hey,
the
you brought
horn?
it up. What do you mean let's not talk
I need a
about it?
photo of that,
Did
Izzy.
the blonde look like the Taco Bell commercials? It just wasn't good. I just realized he's not that popular.
I forgot he was a Taco Bell pitchman. You know who I like? The dog. Bring that.
The Chihuahua?
Yeah,
I
bring
agree.
back the Chihuahua.
Yeah, quiero Taco Bell.
So, anyway, Billy likes Prime movies. Very good. Is there another movie on Prime that you've seen recently that we should check out?
Not lately.
Prime's not one of my go-to apps
No,
for
I've
movies.
been watching shows on.
So I like
there.
hearing if there's a good movie on Prime. I feel like cause I want to know that I'm paying for something. It's just the app that's there. I don't use it very often. I'd like to go to it.
That one's fine though, because it comes included with actual Amazon Prime, right? So it's if there's something there, it's just a bonus for me.
Okay.
Weren't two of Meadowlark's biggest documentaries on Amazon Prime?
Yeah,
Is it?
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
I
Is
love
it?
Prime.
Tarasi.
Yeah.
Out now.
Oh, that just came out. So that's on Prime.
Yeah.
All right, that's something to watch then. All right.
We have good rivals on Prime, and Tarasi is on Prime. The comeback is on Netflix. That won an Emmy, folks.
Yeah, this Pete Davidson ain't good.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You did get the haggard look.
Confirming.
You did get the just rolled out of bed after.
There it
You know
is.
what
We have it
look
on the
is?
screen.
It's the, we've been doing TV from home for a couple of years now. Look, that's zero assistance with the haircut, the makeup, or anything.
How cold was that Crunch Wrap?
Oh, it was delicious.
Is that the Supreme?
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Is there any
between
other
the
kind?
Well, that's my question. Is there?
I've never seen it without the.
Is it always just the Supreme? Can you just be like, I don't want the Supreme one this time. I just want the regular Crunch
They do it to
Wrap.
order. You can always go no.
So, if I could put a bow on this UFC, Paramount, WWE, ESPN conversation, Chris, you've seen some of this WWE Unreal that's on Netflix, right?
I have, and I love it because I love the behind the scenes of this type of thing. It's
I haven't seen any of it, believe it or not.
I am way more into Unreal than I am actually watching wrestling. I haven't really tuned in outside of big WrestleMania pay-per-views. I'm as casual a wrestling fan. I appreciate it, but I love this Unreal.
Because this Unreal, it's a very controversial topic right now.
It's behind the scenes, and it's a lot of Triple H, and he's just you're getting to see where he tells, who's the guy that won the Rumble?
Jey Uso.
Yeah, you see the moment he tells him he's going to win it. It's really cool behind-the-scenes stuff, but you're seeing how the sausage is made. It's something that I love because I don't really care about wrestling that much. I wonder, are they ruining? And I know that it's known even with
this is why it's controversial, yes.
Throwing kayfabe
diehard-
out the window.
But I'm talking about kids, an 11-year-old, a 10-year-old. Are they watching this, or are these two different audiences? The people that tune in for the actual wrestling and the people that watch Unreal? Because I'm loving it, but I am worried that there are some people out there that it's ruining it a little bit for.
I think I pinpointed why I have zero interest in this. And I've seen some of the clips, and I'm I think some of the guys talking post-match, I think that's genuine access. But Triple H is overseeing their creative, and you can tell he's very sensitive to criticism and things leaking out. I think Unreal is not actually what it's being positioned as.
It's like Hard Knocks, where they're not really showing us that much.
They're showing you exactly what they want you to see, and it is just yet another card that he can play when it comes to playing his audience. Like they're doing something right now with this character Karrion Kross, where he's out of contract. He's in the alumni section. You can't stream his music anymore. He's coming back. They're working folks, and it's a move that he goes to way too much because you're supposed to have people genuinely get people over. And I think they try to manufacture people into thinking a certain thing. And I think this is all manufactured access. That is just another part of their storyline that I watch the week-to-week stuff. That's where you can work me a little
That's
bit.
how I feel, because it may surprise you. I have not watched this WWE Unreal yet, which I think is probably getting really good numbers. It's in conversation a lot. It's very controversial for all the reasons that you just laid out. I haven't watched any of it yet because I kind of don't, and I love wrestling. Everybody knows that. I kind of don't want to know how the sausage is made. Like, I'm good with suspending my disbelief on a week-to-week basis, and Game of Thrones. Do I want to be in the writer's room in Game of Thrones while they're definitely not the final season, but do I want to be in the writer's room hearing how they come up with everything? Not really.
That's the coolest
part
part
for
for
the
me.
show.
It's so I'm like, this is how simple it is. It's literally Triple H kicking his legs back, being like, you guys think that CM should win this? Who you guys think should win? And it's just like 5 people being like, I think Uso should win. And it's like, oh, let me think about it. It's just 5 people just like, but to your point, maybe that decision was already made.
Isn't this basically a means bring back DVD commentary?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's just like, hey, if you want to know the inside details of how that scene was made or this was made, hey, you have this option. By the way, great name. Unreal, fantastic choice.
I do like that you get to see the workflow that goes into some of the decision making, and I do think that is real. Like, people are pitching guys, and I like seeing the original cards that they were working with, the fact that Bad Bunny was originally on the card, and you like to see the original plans and where they go, and I do think that they provide insight, but I do think for some of the larger storylines that they have going, this is just another device for them to set their audience up into thinking something is real and true access when really they're just working folks.
Because the storyline's still going. It's active. And so, we're giving you this. And you're like, I don't want to know because maybe I'll know what's going to happen next, or maybe I'll sort of predict where
they're
this
further
is going.
away. There's distance. It's like how Formula One is like a season afterwards. This is the stuff that's going. I think WrestleMania is a build-up.
Yeah, it's like 5 or 6 months ago, I think.
So it happened before, but I just think that this is stuff, and they could always kind of reverse engineer what they're going for and make things seem more successful than they actually did. Like, I think John Cena had the most failed heel turn of all time when you consider how it came out of the gates, right? It was a topic of conversation on ESPN well before the deal thing there. It was an abject failure. And I think that they're going to try to spin it into Triple H thinking more meta than it actually was. I'm just not there for it. I watch the week-to-week content, and you can try to get me there.
That's where I am.
I just think it's just another tool in their toolbox where they can work folks, and I'm not that interested.
I just didn't realize how produced these matches are.
Yeah, man.
I thought it was like, here's how the match will end, here's your finish.
I think it used to be like that when you were a kid.
Like the hearing of, these are the 7 moves that we have left. We're going to have to skip these 2. And they're telling the ref, and the ref is, while you think the ref is checking on a wrestler, she's really like, oh, you're going to skip. It's just, I'm impressed by it.
Cool.
That's why, for me, I love it.
But that's not self-serving, though, for
That's
the sport.
That's what I'm asking. I don't know, because for me, I love it. But it's some 12-year-old sees this, he's going to be like, what?
Yeah, I mean, fans of wrestling who want to just get lost in the entertainment value, I don't think they want all that behind-the-scenes
It could be
detail.
2 audiences, though, to their point.
I think it's 2 audiences.
I don't know how many 12-year-olds are watching any behind-the-scenes anything about
Dazzlo's
that's
kid,
not
maybe,
the big
if he
problem.
watched it. I don't know.
Well, the criticism of the whole thing has been that it's just a vanity project for Triple H to make him look like the mastermind of everything and make him like the Dana White of the WWE. So it's just a make Triple H look good project.
Zigzag.
Is what
That-
everybody
I mean,
has
it is
said.
that. He is running the show.
Yeah, but the thing is, he actually isn't, because one of the underreported stories is the very legitimate power struggle that he finds himself in with The Rock, who is got a ton of influence over at TKO. And Triple H, I think, should chill out. a little bit. I think we're kind of overdoing this. You're overcooking the turkey.
Can I ask you if something I saw this weekend was current or not? Because I thought it was funny.
Go on.
It was John Cena on a podium behind a microphone, and the reporter asked him, "It's good to see you here," and he's like, "Come on." That particular phrasing.
You see, Cena, not a fan of how Triple H handled that whole Brock Lesnar thing. WWE made the convenient decision to have their post pay-per-view press conferences no longer open to the media. And
Which it's the right move.
Yeah, I mean, those were also a work anyways, kind of too. But to make that decision when you don't have to answer questions about Brock Lesnar, and the way that Triple H made it seem is John Cena, gets to make this call. Cena was very quick to say, hey, you deal them, I play them. And they had to make a whole big thing where they're like, Nick Khan and Triple H reached out to Brock Lesnar the very next show. On the Brock Lesnar thing,
You think they got rid of the press conferences so that they wouldn't have to answer questions about Brock Lesnar?
I think that's the timing. They may have gotten rid of it regardless, but I think that's specifically the timing on the SummerSlam thing, which, by the way, good decision, because Triple H has proven time and time again when it comes to these types of situations, he'll say the wrong thing.